Platform 17 for the
Shout out to everybody there on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Hope you're having a wonderful day as the countdown starts. Getting into the moments, getting into the moment of the day, baby. Every single moment creates the day. Every single second creates the minute. Every single minute creates the hour. Just like the charts, baby. You're just like a little piece of Bitcoin running through the world. You're my little Satoshi. I love you all. Hope you're having a wonderful day. God bless each and every one of you. You know I'm always joking around. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you're hanging in there. We're going to rip these charts up. We are blasting to the moon right now, 67,250. I just opened a long. Do you see Bitcoin in that inverted head and shoulder? Oh my gosh, it's about to explode. I'll show you if you didn't understand. Let's break it down in about 8 minutes. I love you all. God bless.
To do all this export stuff.
Check here. Thank you for coming on in. Share. Yeah. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Liver Show. Let's break it down for you like we do every single day. If you're in my trading group, we're doing a lot. I mean, everyone's like, oh, join my trading group, but I get it. It seems like everyone's trying to sell you something, but we are really absolutely changing lives every single day. Something big happens, a moment. I just can't believe it. 67,000 for Bitcoin. Let me show you what we did in the trading group last night, kind of what happened and what I see going down. I see Dogwoof hack continuing. I see this turning into some type of strange consolidation, and the world just doesn't want to stop. Whoever's owning this thing doesn't want to sell it off, even with the nasty dip. We saw the shoulder, the head and the shoulder. We played this right shoulder to the upside. I saw people take massive gains. My eyes are stinging. I put some water in my eyes, and I feel like the city water has like garbage in it, man. I need to get an all-around filter for the whole house. Really, like when I take a shower, I know I'm ingesting toxins. But shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Man, could you make me a cup of coffee? It's the only way I'm going to make it through. But I'm going to make it. So anyway, I want to show you how we traded Bitcoin last night. It was amazing. One of the greatest times of my life. Let's go. Let's break it down. So Bitcoin, the nasty dip. I saw this as a cup and handle that could break to the upside, right? Then it dipped. Then last night, if you watched me yesterday, I was bullish. And let me get rid of the moving average for now. And remember, I made this bullish pattern here. And I went long right here with a stop loss below this wick. So this was my trade. I was going for the length. I was going all the way to 72,000. My stop loss was below the wick. They brought it down, they brought it down, they brought it down. At one point, I was down right here, $1,200 on the trade. I started to add into the trade with stop losses below here again. Same thing with stop losses here. You see, same idea with the trade, just slightly adjusted. I watched, and then at 3 in the morning, I said, ain't that an inverted head and shoulder there, baby? And I pointed out to my trading group. I said, everyone, that is an inverted head and shoulder. And I saw it clear as day. And it's like they leave these patterns for you to see. You know, once you recognize them, it's money. You got it. You're locked in. All right, and I could see that that was an inverted head and shoulder right there. Somehow this is malfunctioning on me right now. Anyway, if you go back in time to right here, inverted head and shoulder. And then that I got in, you know, basically I added to the trade right there, knowing that there was a good chance we would win. Boom. Then I saw this flag, and this flag looked beautiful. And I said, let's trade this flag to the upside. And then we got a blast out the flag. However, and then I closed my trade as this wick came down. I closed my trade. They brought it back up. They brought it back down. Then what I did is I had to take a nap because I've been trading all night at this point. It was, what, 4 or 5 in the morning. So that was 3 a.m. was around here, right? 2 a.m. was the right shoulder. And then we waited all day, all night. And then look, the weird double bottom here that played to the upside perfectly. It was a W. Boom. Got rejected, came back down. And then this tight area here. All right? Tight area. And so this is kind of where we stand, right? Which is pretty insane. But we ended up going to 67,911. All right? And I'm going to redo all the magic. And then, look, I saw this as an Adam and Eve double bottom, too, as well. Anyway, right before I went to bed, I just said, I'm going to take a long. Bang. Let's talk about Solana. I put 100 grand in Solana. It seemed to have been an amazing move. We'll look at this later on, but, you know, we had boomed all the way to 149, 150. People took some profits on the 1 hour being high. I see that. My target is 154. The bigger target, number one, this is a flag that's breaking out. That target's 166. And then I already told you this cup and handle was on the way to the upside. Then they gave you that beautiful dip. I got in at 109. I feel like, you know, some venture capitalists saw my buy. They were so pissed. They were like, Sammy's right. And they were like, you know, dump it down. Get our orders filled. And they wanted to get in where I wanted at 106, 107, you know. And they made it happen one more time for them on the dolphin dip for Bitcoin. Insanity. And, you know, I couldn't believe that. Right, I was out of the money for a second, but anyway, that's why I decided to. And the real reason I loaded up on Solana was the 3-day chart. Okay, I saw that it was super low, ready to go, and the weekly chart. I saw that the weekly was just in a perfect buy zone. Even after all the pump that it came up, it had reset and turned into. And that tells me, you know, you don't buy the weekly when you're up here. Now the RSI is a little high. There's some bearish divergence there. That gets me a little like, that's weird. But it's telling me maybe we get. Really pull up before we get a further, but we will get a pullback. There are going to be pullbacks during the bull market. You don't go up forever. Anyway, what I do now, and so shout out to anyone that jumped into Solana with me or saw what I was talking about, even right here at 104. And again, I got in because I saw the cup and handle. I saw the Fibonacci 618 when I pulled it from here to here. And I said, man, if I don't buy Solana right now, I mean, that's an obvious retracement. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. So my TAs scream, man, if you don't buy Solana. So it's interesting. I make all my moves off of technical analysis. Before that wasn't the case. Before it was like a little bit, it was all like how I felt, and then I used some TA to back it up. Now I go like, all right, what does the TA tell me to do? And if the TA says no, then I can't do it. All right. Let's break Solana down right now and see what's happening. I want to look fresh again. Actually, I don't know. I had some pretty good TA, so hold on. I can just see how it could look messy. Messi. Seeing Messi in Miami, man, they love that dude. Messi. Inter Miami. So, yeah, I still see 166 on the table for Solana. A lot of people get into it to buy these other coins, so they keep buying it. Then once they make some gains, they flip back into Solana. Then they end up with more Solana. At the end of the day, they end up holding some of that Solana in the end. And so this tells me this could continue to the upside. The ecosystem is robust. It's working. It's doing the damage. It is overbought here on the 2-hour time frame. However, the 4-hour says it could have a little more gas. The daily says, hey, wow, that was a big move, and you're still a little overbought. How far are you from the 21-day moving average on the daily? A little far after that pump. So you'd like to get some sideways price action for Solana. To me, it says this little move is going to come up at least to 154 before we go some sideways move. But, you know, you never know. Anything is possible. So for Bitcoin, I'm going to break down Bitcoin all already by itself again. All right, let's take a look at the daily time frame here for BTC. Let's look at the weekly. So this is Bitcoin. I always start fresh with Bitcoin by itself whenever I'm looking at any asset. To all the new people here, if you're just watching me, my name's Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. I started trading, when I was like 24, 25 years old. I am now 41, turning 41 in about a month, a little less than a month now. And it's going to be a beautiful time, my birthday. Okay, so check it out. Had to hydrate. So I was trading all night. You can see in the trading group. We had to do it. It was one of those nights, man. It was just one of those nights. Bitcoin was interesting. And I haven't really watched Bitcoin from 2 to 5 in the morning in my life. What an interesting time to be alive, So this is it. This is where we stand. And what I love about the weekly is you're going to close a weekly candle above resistance. And we talked about that many times, right? You can see it's where this candle opened at 65,500, right? Yeah, 65.5. I have it 60 quadruple fives. That's great. But that's, as long as this weekly candle closes above this yellow line, then you're not bearish. If we close below this, we may test possibly this area here at 63. Just because where those two candles open and close, you'd be surprised. Even on the weekly can be, and there was a bit of chop in there. Or we'd close at 60,000. So until Bitcoin loses those key levels, I just can't hear the bears, I'll listen to them. I'm open-minded that we could go either way. But until we lose those two levels, I just can't hear the bears. Bitcoin at 66,874. I'm going to keep zooming in here on this weekly time frame. Okay? But these are the rules here. Bitcoin has broken key weekly support or resistance, even though it didn't have a lot. All right. Does it make a final pullback? Here it would have pulled back. What's going on with BTC? And only time will tell. The bugs begin. There's no bugs in the house. And all of a sudden. Shout out to a channel, someone that we're working with here, One Key. And I got this in the mail. Of course. It's green. It's green. Of course it's green. I'm going to have to show you the green screen setup. The old, we'll have to figure this out. I have to take off the green screen and maybe film it. Oh, but the box isn't. But I have a bag here. The bag is green. It's a green bag. And as I do the TA here, moving forward, what's wrong? What? The floating head man. I'm going to get a green suit. But look, what's in here? What's in here? It's for one of you beautiful people. Can you believe that? This is for one of you people. This is a $270. And we got to do we have the referral link? Where's the referral link? Before I can't put it, I got to have a meeting with the team. But we're going to talk about this tomorrow. And we'll be doing, one of you will be able to have this in your hand. $270 item here. Absolutely beautiful. I just want to make sure that we get everything up and running before I get the campaign running, right? I always like to jump the moment here. Anyway, so bullish time for Bitcoin. All right, stay tuned for more. All right, if we get it situated, we just might get it done by the end of the stream. You never know. I'll talk to Burke. Okay, moving forward. 10-day chart's fun to look at every once in a while, see where it's doing. Overbought on all the indicators. The indicators are cooked, but they can get cooked in these rallies. You can stay up here for moments in time, and this might be the biggest rally ever. You never know. We might see something we've never seen. That's why support and resistance is key. I've learned that no matter what the indicators say, like these indicators be so high, I say we're going to dump, and that could be support. If you stay. If that support holds, then it is what it is. So look, even the 2-day chart, dump, came up, and it seems that it made support. And then this candle dumped a little bit, came up. So it did say, hey, I like this 65.5 area. I'm going to bounce. Interesting. My 3-day chart too as well. However, just, my old school status here, we're just so far away from the 21-day moving average. It tells me that we may have to come back down here for some punishment, Unless one of these other small time frames can begin to build more sideways price action on us. That's what we're hoping for. All right. They're like, they're not letting me get the 22 right now. They're like, nah, there's too much good information on the 22. Don't give Sam the 22 today. Isn't that weird? I'm going to fight through it. Watch. They're not letting me play the 22 hour. There it is. So crazy. So look. Resistance, breakout. Boom. SR flip right there at 63,000. SR flip, clean, right? And so now you look, in my humble opinion, for consolidation. And this, to me, is what Bitcoin's doing. It's consolidating. It's getting ready for its next big move. It's had multiple candles to consolidate. Even the daily time frame is doing pretty well. Okay? So we're going to kind of shrink on down here. The 8-hour is my go-to time frame. My favorite little sniper time frame. Great things happen on the 8-hour. All right. You've touched the 21. That tells me the 8-hour has been given the okay to make the gap ahead. All right. That gap ahead could take it to $84,000, and that could take it there to March 16th or 17th. It could be a St. Patty's Day to remember. What if it's a St. Patty? What if I'm wearing not just a Bitcoin tie, but a Bitcoin leprechaun tie over here. So anyway, that's the daily. That could be it's all well and good on that time frame. But let's get into the nitty gritty. In the nitty gritty, I've got this as a trend line. I got this as a trend line, and I got a tight triangle here. It is a symmetrical. Could break up either way. And don't you see the inverted head and shoulder, or is it me? But I see it too. So Bitcoin's breaking up or down likely today, and this is where it's going. And the interesting idea is it's likely moving up, and I'll tell you why. It had a gap here in the VRVP, which it moved up through. It got dumped down, all right? It got dipped just into the gap, and it got eaten alive. Now it's up in here above the gap, and then it went through this gap last night. So it would have to smooth move through this gap, which it would have done here. Unlikely. 4-hour time frame is very bullish here for a move. You even see the shoulder, head, right shoulder here, and the MACD is showing signs of a lack of bearish momentum with a smaller hill, after post the other hill. That's a really good sign of bullishness. And I even like how I'm seeing this curve here. Very bullish sign. And remember, it's kind of like previous bounce. This is holding a support. That's 65,000. That's that weekly area. So I'm very bullish on the 4-hour time frame. It looks to me like the 4 hour is going to take over, and we're going to get a move up to $76,000 and break the all-time high. Looks to me like it's going to happen today. Anything could happen. The 1 hour could be it's a little overbought, and we could get a dump on the 1 hour. What we're going to need is the 1 hour to get pinned. That's when this stochastic will stay a little higher than it needs to, while the 4 hour just does damage. I'm telling you right now, I just like to trade traditionally. Last night, I saw an inverted head and shoulder. I traded it. We made gains. You know what I mean? I don't reinvent the wheel. I don't try to be a genius. I'm a simpleton. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I just keep it super simple. It keeps me humble. It keeps me where I'm at. It keeps me grounded. All right? I know I can do anything I want. I know I'm limitless. No, I know I'm limitless. I know I can do everything I want with my mind. I like it black with... Just stop sipping the coffee, because you're going to get crazy on me now with the coffee, and then I'm going to have to deal with you, and then that's no good.
It's kind of like how I like my coffee. Isn't that good?
Yeah.
That's like perfect.
It is. It's a good day. It's a good day. I'm not. I mean, I know. All right. I'm not simple in any way. She said. He's a complex individual. But look, shoulder, head, and right shoulder here, getting tight with the moving averages too. When moving averages get tight, right at a point of control here. You see a few candles break above that. So I'm long. I'm very long. I'm taking out a very long position. Stop loss below this low. Target at 76,000, and I'm going for it. So you do you. I'd love to publicly show that I lost this trade in front of the world because it just looks so good to me. You know what I mean? Stop loss maybe right here. 2.5 risk reward ratio. I'll make it a little lower than normal. This thing looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing here for a move for Bitcoin. All right. I know the 1 hour is a little high. That's against my overall ideas, but the 15-minute is whittling away here and showing signs of life to the upside. So, it is what it is, baby. It is what it is. So, now let's take a look here. Let's get rid of my scribble line. So, you've heard my spiel for Bitcoin from the weekly all the way down. And you can see why I believe in this little flag that's about to break out on the 15. And the buying pressure is just so heavy, you can smell it. The room is thick with gains. And our first move will be up to 68.8. We'll break that. We'll crush the all-time high, and we'll move up to 73,926. We may have some selling there, and then we'll get to 76,000. And that's, at that point, we're going to be on small time frames. It's going to be into what's called price discovery. The world's going to go nuts. People are going to start talking about 100K. The FOMO for the people that believe the bottom wasn't in and thought we were going to 10K is going to kick in. They're going to start freaking out and panic buying because they panic sell. It's going to get pretty crazy for all of them. And that's just something we see a lot. And, sad to say, it's the cycle of the patient and the impatient. The people that live in fear and the people that don't. If you live in an abundance, and look at these tight moving averages on the 15, telling me a move is happening. Now, tight moving averages can dump when the charts are going further down, but this isn't an uptrend, my friends. And so I see, and again, anything could happen. It is a 50-50 pattern, and most of the time, this pattern does break to the downside. But I see a big move for Bitcoin. The whole market looks like it's about to erupt. And I could be wrong, and I don't want to juice you. So remember, anything is possible, right? You heard this guy on YouTube. Next thing you know, you're buying in. Anything is possible. Just remember that, okay? But I'm loading up on a trade. I'm going to turn this into a $100,000 trade. Right now, it's a $32,000 trade, but I'd like to make it a $100,000 trade, all right? Matter of fact, I think there we go. I think this will make it a $100,000 trade, $52,000 trade at $1,500. We got to double it up. $61 right there for Bitcoin. But I see a move coming for BTC. All right. And it could dolphin dip us out. Anything could happen. We start to lose key levels like some, certain 200 SMAs on certain time frames. I will bail on the trade for a small loss and wait to reconvene or, flip to short if I have to. But I'm telling you right now, I see a big move for Bitcoin, even on that 15-minute time frame right now, showing signs of a move. Showing signs of a move. That's how I could do it. Yeah. Right there. Bang. So they're $100,000 trade right now because there you go. 100,000. Just want to make sure that thumbnail was correct. You know what I mean? Only thing is whenever you limp in like that, look. But so $100,000 trade. Let's see where we go for Bitcoin today. On this flag, we'll take the inverted head and shoulder. Shoulder, head, and shoulder there too as well. Anything can happen. I could easily lose the trade. We'll go from there. Right? And we'll see what happens. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for jumping on into the live. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you for your viewership. So like I said, Solana, I see continuing 148 to 150. My wife is very happy with the Solana buy. She's a Solana wife, and she likes being a Solana girl. I'm excited. So it's a good time to be alive. I'm telling you right now, I have no complaints at all, right? Watching that Solana price a little differently now than I used to. I'll be honest, you know. It means a little bit more to me than it did in the back in them days, right? Pony, that's an Adam and Eve double bottom. You see that? Those are likely movers. Whenever I see that, and look, it hit the gain, baby. And we hit a lot of gains in the trading group too. It's been insane. I get, every single day there's more gains, but it's been pretty nuts, to say the least. One trade that was awesome was Standard. Let's talk about this trade. This trade I gave like a beautiful checklist to. Went over all the reasons why it was likely going to make a move to the upside. My target was 28. It just hit the target right now. I don't own any. I wasn't even in on the trade. I can't get into every trade. If I could, it would be amazing, but I can't. It just doesn't happen like that. It would be awesome, though, right? But I see too many awesome setups, and I can't get into every single one of them. Sometimes I am in. Usually, if I put out a setup and I'm in, I say I'm in this setup already. Or I would like, this is something I'm looking at. But I just want to show you the level of detail you get inside the trading group. Kind of what goes on, all right? Because a lot of people want to say, like, well, when I buy, what happens? What goes on? Well, like, it's not a signals group. But I give you setups that have high probability, right? And so, like, if you look at this, this is the post. And I just love the detail of the post. I like how it looks. I like what's going on. So, Standard. Give you the coin. Exchange, MEXC. Technical analysis on off. Following wedge bull flag. Oversold in the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Right? A little bit below. Can bounce on the 50. Right? I know I had a typo there. Hidden bullish divergence. Above a gap and now on a high volume node. Volume falling with volume price. Right? That's volume falling with price. That's a really good sign. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. Getting tight on the daily with the moving averages. Right? And then I post a chart. And so I'm explaining. I'm showing you hidden bullish divergence. And I'm giving you where this thing's likely going to go. You see? Showing you where the stop loss should be as well. Right there below the 0.2135 level. All right. Low stochastic. Everything there for you. Okay. Stochastics RSI pattern. Talking like I just like my checklist given to you in a beautiful mode. Right. And we're going for 30%. And that's what we're looking for. Right. And lo and behold, I mean, if you took this trade, it went exactly to plan. Unbelievable. Right. And this is something that you'll see on a daily basis here over. There's your before, right? And there's your after. There's your before, and there's your after. And you can see clearly no stop loss got hit. There's your before, there's your after. Everyone's always like, my stop always gets hit. I don't know where you're putting it. Because if you go and play the tape on my entire channel, there is probably over 1,000 clips of me showing a setup that never hit a stop loss. All right. Well, look, I'm using the 200-day moving average, the 33-minute time frame that nobody uses. Or how about the 333-minute time frame that nobody uses? Andrew, never thought about that, did you? I'm just making you think about things that you haven't thought about before. And honestly, this thing may continue. Look at that. It's pumping as I speak, which is crazy. And that's a little flag there that has you would only assume that this pole could make it further to the upside here. And you see Standard going up to the 3-2 area. Anyway, just I want to show you how things work here when we trade, what goes on, and, how we do, right? How we do. All right. Moving forward, how's the chat doing? I did not get a chance to jump into the chat. Let me do that. I don't think I posted the link to the group yet, which I got to do. We're about to hit everyone. We need you to subscribe today, please. 18 people, and we get to 56,000 subscribers. All right, 18 more people. I thought it was 20, but it's 18 more people, and we get to 56,000 subs. It would be great to share it with you today on the channel live. I think we can do that. A channel milestone. All right. Can we go over Bitcoin Cash? This is my man Rubes 21. And let's jump on into the chat and see what's happening with the fan funding. We got Brian Hartzig. I have to run to work, but have a great day. Thank you for being awesome. Bless you, brother. Thank you so much for saying that. Blessing Sam. Please check out Veracity. Sending you the basics in the next message. Super chat stopped me from mentioning companies. Let's celebrate their 20th super chat on a live. Can we go over Bitcoin Cash? We will. And I like Veracity. I have a bag of it. I bought it 2 years ago. Good 99 call on Ray. How can it go? How high can it go? Love your call. Shout out to Bufflink in the house, homie. Much love and respect to you and yours. Will you chart TATSU, please? TATSU looks hot. So we got Ray, we got SHIB. Blessing Sam, we're crushing it. Mind to look at SHIDO. You know when I waited for SHIDO and then I couldn't, I fell asleep. I thought I was like 17 minutes. It's funny, you kept telling me and I'm sitting there like, and then I passed out. Anyway, I'm doing airdrops, I'm mining. Everyone, you got to do the Commonwealth. Commonwealth is a big deal. Anyway, we'll get into all that. I would like to see my Token Metrics account over here. I got the Astrobot NFT. Opulus, OPSEC. See, OPSEC just keeps coming up, man. OPSEC is out of control. We talked about OPSEC at 50 cents. It was on CoinEx. Ooh, wow, it came down nicely. It's a coin I actually think is going to do numbers in the bigger rally. OPSEC. API 3 is another thing I'm going to talk about later on today. Put that on your radar. Oracle status really starting to show its buffness in the Oracle space. I think API 3 is going to do even more damage than it's already done. That was a smaller coin. I didn't even know what it was when we first started trading it. Shout out to the channel sponsors today. I Trust Capital, where you can move your money into a retirement account, trade cryptocurrency, inside, trade gold, trade silver, trade all sorts of things inside of a retirement account, tax-free on those short-term gains, baby. And then, move those into those long-term gains for your retirement. So shout out to I Trust Capital. We love you. We appreciate you. All right. And some things to talk about too, just so you know, like if you're taking distributions, that's just one thing. If it depends on what kind of IRA you have, right? Just certain forms you still have to file, even if you've already, paid the taxes on it and you're taking distributions. There's still just some forms you do have to fill out. And I Trust Capital provides that. I got a video all discussing all those forms, everything you need to know. I just put it out last night. Check out that video. It'll blow your mind. Hey, Sam, would you like to look at numbers? Joined the group 2 weeks ago, and I've learned so much. Thank you and your team. My man, seller with love. Bye, Jack. Thank you, amen. Dogecoin TA on the weekly. Wow. Check out ZETA Chain. Wow. And we're going to have to make it. Guys, can we make a sign? Team, make a sign for me. Sean, $5 minimum if we can. Maybe we don't start it yet. Maybe we talk about it as a team. Don't make decisions without your team. Don't be rude. Learn how to be a team player, even if you're the CEO and the boss. Learn how to be a team player. Okay, but look, it is just alt season. If you didn't notice, if you have an alt, it's up, right? And it's booming. And we got so many setups in the trading group that we've given. It's been unreal. So we've got Bitcoin in a nutshell. You see what I'm talking about for Bitcoin. They're playing with it. It's getting tighter and tighter and tighter, though, and they've wound it up. They dropped it. They broke it back above. Look, resistance here. Previous resistance. And SR flips so far. So if it loses 65.5, that's when I kind of, that's when I'm like, because that's such a key weekly level, right? And then, we're likely going down to 63. We could double bottom here, right? Anything is possible. We could Adam and Eve on a bigger scale. I saw this as an Adam and Eve here, though, and so this tells me we're about to make a move. That is an Adam and Eve double bottom in my humblest of opinions. You do you, though. I'm not always right. I never claimed to say I was always right. I never claimed to be always right. All right. $100,000 Bitcoin trade. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. The coffee's kicking in, man. Woo. Feel like you never, ever, ever had to sleep. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving me, and I'm loving you. Love is the strongest frequency. If you live in love, you cannot be denied. All right. The only thing you're going to have to think about when you live in love, the only thing that you're going to have to think about is what color Escalade you're going to get. Are you going to get the red one? Are you going to get the metallic? Are you going to get the tri-coat white? Are you going to get the black Raven? I feel like the black just makes you look livery. You got to live fresh. Personally, I like these silvers, these metallic grays. These emeralds look pretty cool too. I think I would have gotten an emerald if it wasn't for the white. What do you guys think? Did I go wrong with the tri-coat white? No, you could. I just want to hear what you guys think. What happened? And I got the Sport Platinum. Bang. That's the highest one beside the V. The V's hot though. The V's hot. Even the rim, they changed the grill in the V. See that? Just slightly different, but you get a little different touch on the V. Anyway, you could tell I'm in love with the Escalade. As a young guy from a middle class family that never really had a lot, I'm still in awe of the size of the car and the luxury of the car. I'm still in awe of it, and I know I should shut up, and I'm sorry. Maybe but I think it's an amazing vehicle. And again, I know it's a gas guzzler, and eventually one day we'll be off. We should be on some like hydrogen or something different. Even electricity works right now, but a lot of the electric cars we're using, nice little pump there for Bitcoin. To me, it looks like we may be getting that breakout. You never know, but so far so good for BTC. We're up $200 in the futures trade. We'll see where this goes. This could end up being a big fat Satoshi puppy though. A big winner. You never know though. I always protect that purse, but so far so good for Bitcoin. The charts have been telling me a lot lately, and I've been listening, and every time I do what the charts tell me, they've been paying me. So another $300 on the till there. We'll see what happens. $107,000 Bitcoin trade. $37, $3,200 in at 33x leverage. Of course, I'm in at 33x leverage. You know how I roll. Okay. Trades like these can turn fast and furious, though. That's what I've learned. Up $300 in the trade. That's a beautiful trade. I'm already up earlier today, too, as well. We just keep adding to the gains. Insanity. So it's been hard to sleep because the Bitcoin just don't stop. The Bitcoin don't stoppy. It keep a poppy. It keep a poppy. The Bitcoin don't stoppy. 67.5 is a key area to take some profits at. Makes me want to nibble here and take some off the table, right? I can always repurpose the trade yet again. I like selling because then I can get back in. It's a similar trade. It's really no difference. The trade is very similar. So I can sell now, lock in the profits, then use that as, basically a little piece of my stop loss yet again. Reposition myself because the trade is pretty similar to me. Let's look at those smaller time frames. Wow, that's a nice hefty breakout for Bitcoin, but they've been doing it all day. There was one each time. They faked us out. They didn't give us the full move. The 7-minute really has to come through here. We got to break this high. 67.9. We got to get through 68,000. Could this be the time right now while we're all here together live watching? Who would be holding hands singing Kumbaya right now together behind next to the fire? Bitcoin go to 68. Oh, Bitcoin. He's lucid. He's crazy. He's out of his mind. He hasn't slept. He's 67,500 on spot. That means we got even more there on that future trade up to 420. 420 even Steven there on the move. Let me get rid of that one. I don't remember, ones that you haven't written on. Then you get, wow, we're booming to the upside here. Up $500 of the trade. Did you take the trade? Who's here making gains? Put a 333 in the comment section. If you're making gains with the guy that shows up in gains almost every single day. I like you because you actually show us what to do, not other people who just say what to do. I tell you exactly what I'm doing, how to do it, when I do it. You know why? Because I truly believe I could pass away tomorrow. And, and I won't be able to teach you tomorrow, right? And so if I truly believe in the infinite life after death and this infinite moment in space and time with each and every one of you, then I got to give you everything I have. And if God gave me this moment and all you beautiful people's time, God made this beautiful time, God gave you your lives and you're spending your lives with me, I got to give you everything I have. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's this full circle consciousness of karma that I'm always thinking about in my mind. And that's why I always say that thanks you for your most precious asset, and that is your time. We're probably going to learn about 10 new coins today. A lot's going to happen. I mean, I like this gain here. I'm taking that for now. I'm taking it for now. I know you're like, why did he take it? No, Sammy, no. But you know what? I just crushed it and took a nice $450 trade right now. Boom. And, you know, when I'm up hard like that, I take the gain, man. I take the gain. Every time I don't, they snipe it from me, man. I'm telling you right now, every time I feel good or everything's looking fresh and I don't take the gain, it just disappears in my hands out of nowhere. So, look, if we want to get back in, we're going to look for a flag here. Trade is basically the same. I now have to set up the trade about the same place here. I still believe in the bigger move happening. All right? I still do. I still do. All right. So the music stopped. When I stopped the trade, the music was like, he closed the trade. Get back in a trade immediately, Sam. The only reason they're here is to watch that trade. They want to see you lose. No. What, did I close the music down? I think I closed the music accidentally. Is that what I did? It's one of those crazy days. Let's get the music back up and running. Shout out to thank you for the super chats. We appreciate you. Oh, let me get that jar. Man, I take the jar down. I forget to put the jar back up, and that's the whole point. I think we can get the jar. There's the jar. See that jar? When you do send a super chat, the ball will come in from your super chat, and you'll move the balls. You'll move my balls around. I appreciate that. Could you take a look at Crypto Hunters? CRH on MEXC. New coin and very bullish. Ooh. I like to hear about a new bullish coin that's very, very hot. So 67.5 is a key area of support and resistance. Probably a good place that we may want to enter into a trade yet again. Okay? So on that trade, I was using $3,000 worth of margin, right? So I was risking $5,000 for $12,000 if Bitcoin did what it was supposed to do, all right, on that trade. I mean, that's how we end up clearing the $500 so sweetly, so easily. What I like to do is I like to build my trades one step at a time. So like the first start of the trade, and what was my leverage? Yeah, 33 is a good spot of leverage. I like to be a little higher than that usually too. And again, I look at the smaller time frames. And look, right when I sold, it seems like Bitcoin starts to slump down. How did I know? I just swear, man, there's a feeling inside of you when you get a good trade going, especially when people are watching you and it's hot, right? Like you're up $500 within 10 minutes of a trade. It's a pretty good idea to take some of that money off the table, right? Should I join the group now or after the live? Make up your own ending and let me know just how you feel. God bless Cody Griffin. Imagine you. I like that idea, Cody. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and just hanging out. I love you guys. You guys make my day. If you didn't show up, I don't know where I'd be. Right? So, yeah. But I want to get some cool deep house going on today if I can. Deep house essentials. What are they consider? That's all right. A word on bonk, Sam. Thank you. Lamb doors on the Escalade. Lambo doors on the Escalade. Yeah, can you do that? Can you put Lambo doors on the Escalade? Sammy, I love you. Shout out to Crypto Wifer. She's beautiful. She's special. She's amazing. She's also the sexiest thing on earth. How do you think we're still having kids at 40 years old? You know there's something going on with me and my wife, man. She is sorry, that's not right. But I love my wife. She's amazing. I'm still in love with her like I was the day I met her. I'm going to cry if I say any more. But she is the most amazing. She treats, she handles a lot of the emails in the back end. And she treats everybody with love, light, and happiness, man. Anyway, so now we're watching to see if this flag plays out here on the 1 minute time frame. Nice little previous support of resistance flip there. And again, you just want to see that the 4-hour takeover like I'm talking about. Funny, look, we tapped the high there, 67,875. Again, we've been hitting this area a few times. Seems we're unable to take the move. They have a Lambo hinges like every car, I think. He's seen Civics with them. My wife and I started having kids again in our late 30s. 5 kids so far. 19, 17, twin 15, 1-year-old. Life is good. That's crazy, man. Yeah, you got the 1-year-old out of nowhere. Shout out to Maddie Ski, who's just, I guess Megan's sweet love to his wife all the time. Sorry, excuse my language. Anyway, God bless you, Maddie. May you procreate in God's will and make wonderful kids. So anyway, moving off the strange topic of procreation. Not too strange, I guess. We all got here somehow. Solana, ultimate meme coin, unsol eco. Get all your Lambos. Solana. That's might funny, right? Llama, Lambo. And what do you guys think? It's Bitcoin ties all week long, man. You know what I mean? I got to get more Bitcoin ties. I'm curious to get your thoughts on Deck Check. Yeah, AI-based altcoin with many utilities. Launchpad. Yo, it's amazing. It's amazing. DCK is huge. Huge, huge, huge. And look at the pullback here for Bitcoin. I would have lost all those gains. I was in such a fat trade, and then you guys would have laughed at the guy who didn't know how to pay himself, right? So who's the wiser, right? The guy who walks away up $450 to $500 live on camera. And then I proved to you why my strategy works, what I'm doing. And again, all I had to do today was play this flag. That flag broke to the upside. You don't have to be a genius to trade the way I trade. You just have to not trade with emotions. Most people can't do that. That's why most people can't trade the way I trade. It takes it actual control. You actually have to control over yourself. Right? Most people don't have control over themselves. I'm sorry. I didn't for a long time. Okay? It takes time to do that. So what do I see happening now for Bitcoin? It seems to be struggling. It doesn't seem to be as amazing as we thought so far. You know what I mean? And where are we? We're on the 1 minute time frame, right? So let's not get too crazed. But I do see, we're retesting here. And I got too much going on. Let's clean it up. So you would really hope that we retest 70, this area here. Sam, there's no word I can give you and your team and even the people in the community. You guys have made me a better trader and a better person. I'm now able to do my own thing and not rely on others. God bless you all, man. That was the point. Everyone had to go and try to find it. We wanted to make it inside of you. We turn people into stoics. We turn people into, foundations. You now go into your community and help others. You become financially free. But more than financially free, you become consciously free. We free people from conscious prisons here in my trading group. Don't get stuck in a conscious prison. So look, that looks like a beautiful retest of the 1 minute, which now makes me want to possibly enter the bigger long-term trade yet again. All right? Get a little risky in the biscuit here. But I'll get way less risky. I'll risk like 100. Let's see here. Look at that area's got to hold. So 64,461 looks like a nice little spot to chill on. And I still believe 75910 is the area. And I'm a Scrooge. You don't even know. I don't, like with my money, my dad used to say, I'm not a miser, I'm an economizer. Right? Use less leverage. 182 for 5. I don't want to give up too much. And so far, it is looking like we're getting that bounce on the 1 minute time frame. So, like, you're looking for the retest. Now, what could happen now? What I also see, which could be a bearish move here, shoulder. Hey, we might make a right shoulder and then dump back into the bottom of this pattern. What we don't want to see is we don't want to see the 1 minute lose this trend line. We don't want to see the 1 minute lose the 200 SMA. We want to see the Stokes reset with a vibrant move. We want to see these Stokes reset come up here. We want to break this high when that happens. We want to be above 67,584. That's going to be the key move that you're looking for. A safe trader that's not as bold or, as brash might wait for us to get above here and bounce beforehand. Okay. Right now, we are seeing some, we struggled here. We came down. Look at this shoulder, head, right shoulder, dump down. You could have made your neckline, and it told you were about to make a move down. It's just so crazy. Then the flag broke to the upside. Do you have any hidden bullish divergence on this move? That would help us a little bit. We do. We see this swing up while this swings up, swing down. Tells us that we should break this high. That gives me confidence to add to, if I was going to scalp into this trade, if I was just going for this, and again, someone might trade like 200x leverage right here on just this move alone. Just here, up to this level point, 67,933. This is likely making the move. Look, we're curving. When you see the curve and you get the push, and you get the tight moving averages above a 200 SMA, and you have a support of resistance that you're revisiting, you got to tell yourself there's likely, that's basically what's called an SR flip. Previous support became resistance right here at this moment in time. These are key areas that you want to execute if you have the ability to. See, everyone's always like, I get stopped out because you're not seeing what's supposed to happen beforehand and then executing on that. I've seen the retest so many times that I want to execute on the retest. This takes a long time, everybody. I learned about the retest fumbled it, or tried it one time, it didn't work, didn't believe in it. You know what I mean? Didn't understand, about probabilities really over time. All right. Insider info, Solana and Marvin on the Sol Eco on fire. 1 to 2x daily. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right. My indicators are the MACD, the RSI, the stochastics RSI with divergences, the VRVP, the visible range volume profile. All right. And really mainly price action. Like I'm using actual price action. Like I don't need any indicators. I just need this. Look at this. If you look at this alone right now, just by itself, let me show you something that I see. And my mind extrapolates information simply, what indicator I'm using? I'm using my brain. I'm using years and years of looking at the charts. I've got the data in my mind set in stone. So look, whenever I see a pattern, I play it. So like that's an inverted head and shoulder. That tells me I'm likely going to that I'm going to win. 70% of the time, I'm going to win this trade. So that's why I went hard, you know what I mean? And again, I scalped it. But even sometimes a scalp, you could look at a long-term idea that turns into a scalp. As long as you win, it doesn't really matter. How can I learn what you know? Join my trading group and just hang out with me all the time. Be around the people that have learned what I know and just take it all in. Okay? Join the 99 trading group to begin your life. Jump on in. Shout out to Love Learning. God bless you, Love Learning. Shout out to Master Friend. Shout out to everybody here in the trading group. God bless the internet for working. Shout out to everybody here. We got to look at SHIDO, TRAC, TATSU, VRA. Wow, we have a lot of beautiful super chats. Lakochi, it's a beautiful way you did those super chats, man. I like your new style there with the dollar signs. Blessings on blessings. Funny, I share the super chats there, and that way I got them locked in now. Sign up for us. And everyone, if you want to join, if you want to know where I know, hit the link right here. If you hit the link, it brings you to cryptolifer.com. It's an amazing website that's going to blow your mind. Join today, and join today. There I am. There's the world. There's the candles behind me. They're going to the upside, baby. Get the education you deserve from the guy that shows up every single day, no matter what. Trades into 5 in the morning. I gave trades all night long into my trading group. Literally, I walked them through along from an inverted head and shoulder on that smaller time frame all the way up into the flag, and I work through Bitcoin every 5. I took 4 hours off, and I'm still on Bitcoin. Who do you want to go to? The guy that says he's going to do it or the guy that does it every single day? I don't even have to speak about it. I be about it. So don't talk about it. Walk about it. Hang out with me. Put your email address right here. Click the link. Who do you want to learn from? Honestly, the proof is in the pudding, man. You can do whatever you want, right? But put your email address in here. Sign up to our weekly newsletter. You get 2 newsletters. No one else does it. They give you 1. You get 8 a month here. And we can't wait to see you in the trading group. Jump on it today. Give me a month of your life. See what happens. $3 a day. Don't be scared. All right? Don't be scared. Blessings on blessings for everyone in the group and for everyone kicking it with me every single day. We love you. We appreciate you. So, boom. Then when I look at the 1-minute chart by itself, and I always look at this, I like looking at a naked chart. I always keep a bunch of charts up and all different on different exchanges, so I just have it ready. So look what I see here. I mean, this is what I call an ascending cup and handle. The cup is uptrending. The handle hangs. And that tells me we're likely going to get a pump here too to the upside, right? So now I got my smaller time frame working for me. I still have my support and resistance. I still know that we have to break this high. So look, I'm naked, no indicate, and then I got and then we know one thing I love? You get the Adam and Eve double bottom with the flag here, and that usually produces a massive move. So this is telling me we're about to make a move, and you're retesting the neckline of the Adam and Eve double bottom. I mean, that's textbook. Now, if we dump, we may dump, but that right there, just that alone tells me something may be brewing here for Bitcoin. And then I got the retest here, and look, I zoomed in to see that. You get it? That's kind of this right here. You see it? So look at this double bottom that played out beautifully. The measured move of the double bottom is the length of the middle. It's just creating boom. I mean, all you got to know is how to play your patterns and play them exactly how they're supposed to be played over and over again. They repeat and they give you the game. Look at that bounce right there off of the retest. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. That's what is supposed to happen. This flag is supposed to break out. We're supposed to go to 68,400 right now. in front of your eyes. Then we look at the liquidity here. The probability is that what's going to happen. I'm not saying that it will, but that's the probability. And then you've got 67.7 right here, the 77s. There's good liquidity here at 67,700 on BOOKMAP. All right. And there's more liquidity up here too as well. If you want to sign up to BOOKMAP, there's a link in the description. I do get a commission, so I'd greatly appreciate that if you do that. Global Plus. It's an amazing indicator. I use it simply just for where the liquidity lies. All right. And it's an amazing indicator. It shows me where the whales are. And like, literally, do you really want to short against the whale? I call this guy, this family, or these people, whoever they are, man or woman or entity, Big Red. Whenever Big Red hangs out, Bitcoin likes to go. This is telling me 69 and 70K are still in play and have been in play the whole time. All right. I have been seeing a less of a fall through. Every time we get a pump, there's a bit of a pullback. Pump and a pullback. I'd like to see Bitcoin really get back above this local resistance at 67,400. That's going to be a key move there. All right. It's good to zoom out. I have all my indicators, right? And you can see this. So boom, he's got everything. And then I always have my other one with no indicators at all, kind of fresh and just looking. It's good to give yourself a true perspective, a zoomed out perspective of the charts, right? Don't be afraid to always go against your bias. You know, could this be remember, like this might be the right shoulder here. We may get a dump here. This could be our neckline. And how do you confirm? Confirmation through moving averages. If we lose the 200 SMA on the 1 minute, that's going to be a very bearish sign, at least for the beginnings. Here we almost did it. We double bottomed. The fact that we double bottomed off of 66.8 after all this craziness, pretty good support. And we double bottom here too. So there's just a lot of support in this region. You can see it. Bounce, 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 bounce. But again, it doesn't mean we can't dump down to that area. Anything is possible in trading. Everything that you look at, everything that I talk about is all probability. Hey, it looks like we may be making that right shoulder there. So, and that can be confusing. Be like, but lifer, you see it 100 ways, and which way is it then? I mean, look, descending triangle, right? The charts change, and as they change, they tell you, I mean, that's a descending triangle. That's likely to dump now the length of the base right here. So that's telling me that we're likely going to dump down into where? To the 200 SMA. Why? I don't know. These patterns just tend to do that. Look, now I got to erase the long, right? But these patterns, that's a descending triangle. So look, now had this pumped up and started to do this, it would have changed the whole look. Now, I'm not saying this is guaranteed to happen, but it's very likely. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, shoulder. You got two bearish patterns. Where does that take us? Down to 66,866. And look, that's why my last trade, I only risk a very small amount. You don't give back massive wins, right? You don't win, a $500 trade and then immediately throw, a $500 stop loss down, right? So look, how did I know this was going to dump? Because this pattern dumps 60, I'd say 90% of the time. When I see this pattern, 90% of the time it's going to dump. It just is what it is. Like, see, I trade like without my mind. See, if I use my mind right now, I'd say, oh no, not every time, Sam. That's not how it works. But if I just let the pattern do what it's supposed to do, and I step outside of the pattern, and I remain completely unbiased of the situation, boom. All right. There it goes. Look. And it goes where? To the yellow line, the 200 SMA. How do I know that? Because I've been doing this for so long. And I've watched these things happen over and over again. I got price action in a freaking ball in my hand, man. We should get a bounce off the 200. It's a likely area. Look, we're starting to bounce there. The bots love to buy in there. We don't always win the bounce. But we will get a bounce. See that? I knew we would hit it, and I knew we would bounce. And if you watch my channel, this isn't the first time I said that, so you can't be like, oh yeah, he just said it as it happened. But like, I know, but look, you got a gap in the VRVP here. Everything was showing you signs, and then you had a shoulder, head, and shoulder that I pointed out before we dumped. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, complex head and shoulder. 67,000 just needs a hold, that's all. And look, do you see what I see now? Now I see something funkier, right? My brain's always working at warp speed. If you could keep up, it's important. So look. That's what we want to see. We want to see this get close and tight inside the symmetrical triangle. We want to get this bounce here now off the 200 and off this trend line. Very oversold with the bullish divergence on the indicator telling me we could get the bounce. Okay. Hidden bullish divergence on the 1 minute time frame, double hidden in a way. Let me show you what I'm talking about. As long as you don't hit the secondary middle point in the RSI, just bear with me here. And see how these hit without touching. And so then you take away everything else and you would look at this level from here to here. And you can see that that is a hidden bullish divergence. It says we should get a bounce back to the upside there for Bitcoin. So now what I'll do is I'm going to make this easier for you to see. Okay. Look, see how I called that based off the descending triangle, and I could see it happen on the 1 minute before it happened? I didn't run in short immediately. I could have, right? But I don't short Bitcoin a month before the halving. I find it kind of, again, you do whatever makes you happy. That's not true. I'll take whatever. Like, I'll open a short if I have to take a short. I'll take whatever's there. If we lose a key level, then I'll short if there's a moment to short. If we lose this level, it'll be sad because it'll kind of, throw off this idea. Won't be sad, But so we want to see this coil up in the next 15 to 30, 40, 50 minutes. The next hour, it takes about an hour. And how do you figure that out? You can hit shift. Okay? And you'll see this beautiful little blue box come off. You can go sideways. Look, 38 minutes. So we have 38 minutes to hang out inside this channel. If we lose it, we're likely going to lose this trend. And then you're looking for this trend line to break. If we lose the trend line, you're going to drop down to this next level of support right here. And where this high volume node sits at about 66 and then 65,000, right? So we're watching the 1 minute time frame right now to see what's happening for Bitcoin. All right. Bigger trade is here. We haven't given up on. I'm opening up the beginnings. I already opened this trade, took some profits on it, went back inside to buffer me for a stop loss. If that makes sense to you, taking profits where profits are due, right? We're looking for the 1 minute to bounce now off the bottom of the channel. All right. Inside of the newly formed symmetrical triangle. The faster you can figure out the pattern, the faster you can take advantage of the other people trading. They don't see this pattern yet. They're still trying to figure out what's happening, right? We're already bouncing off the bottom of the pattern. We already knew that this should happen, okay? Amazing, right? We told you when it was going to drop. We showed you when it was going to pounce on the 1 minute time frame. Stochastics RSI gave us all the calls. I'm subtly taking in subconscious information that you can't see. But one day you'll have the same goggles I have if you want it bad enough. But you got to want it. You got to want it more than anybody else in the game, and you will get it. Then you clearly see this is a resistance point. As great as all this is, resistance here, bounce. If Bitcoin can't get back above 67,250, expect more downside. Like if you roll over. So like now it's all about support and resistance. And then we got to get back above 67.6. So now I watch these small time frames, and this is kind of the play for Bitcoin today. Okay? So I showed you the bigger, so we're waiting for this bigger move to 76,000. Or is that the target, right? 73,000. No, yes. No, 76K, yeah. And then it all starts if this smaller time frame can really play out. When you walk a mile, it starts with you stepping out of your stairs and taking one step. Okay? So when you walk outside, and why am I saying that? What am I talking about walking? We're trading. Trading is the same way. You can't trade, price action can't go up a mile and a half without, right, going up on the 1 minute first, breaking some levels on the 1 minute. Really, the resistance. So this is the level we're looking for is 67,300. That to me is a very key, it looks like we could be toying with it. We really need to see the balance. If we start to roll over here, it negates this. We lose the 200 SMA. We lose the point of control here. All right. That's why this yellow line is going to be oh so important right now for the next 10 or 20 minutes. You don't want to see us drastically start to drop below it. We can dip below it a little bit. We have to recover it in the next 20, 30 minutes. If we stay below it for an hour, that's signs of more bearishness coming. All right. So again, another scalp trade would be to scalp Bitcoin right now. Stop loss below this low. See if you can get the move up to 67.9, right? Setup would be something like so. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying, dude, should be taken as financial advice. Actually, I don't like the setup. The risk-reward ratio is not there. I wouldn't take the trade. It's got to be a 3-to-1 or better. have to go for this top level with the stop below this key idea here. So it would be something like this. If I traded this, my target would be 68.83. My stop would be right here. If I could put it right below the wick, I can, and it gives me a 299. That's fine. So my stop right there, even lower. Yeah, that's perfect. Right there. You see that? And I would take this trade every day of the week. You know, I don't like symmetrical triangles. I'd like to be somewhat of a better pattern, but I take this trade. Especially it's today Wednesday, right? I get lost the days. Today's Thursday. Wow. I can't believe it. I thought it was Wednesday. Jerome Powell made the charts crawl yesterday for most of the day. We picked up the pace in the middle of the night, you know. Last night was like the hotness. So I'm expecting the bounce where to about what? The top of the channel again, 67,600. All right. So I'm giving you the bigger trade, this smaller trade, and look, I'm showing you where I put my stop, where I put my entry, where I put my profit. And I do this all the time, and again, who knows? Anything can happen, right? And you just have to go with the flow every time, baby. Every time. All right. It's an amazing day to be alive, everybody. Like, I can't believe it. It's a rock. You know, what about FET booming to the upside? My FET bag just absolutely just coming unhinged. Out of control. Dog with hat looking interesting to me today. AVAX. Definitely something to build the bag, right? Build the bear, build an AVAX. You know, how about the Root Network banging on them to the upside? I threw some gains in there. Artie's Artifact. I threw some money into Artie. I'm looking for Artie just for a swing trade here. PALMAI banged on him. AI Tech banged on him. I mean, wow. I'm building a Cetus. Manta banged on him to the upside. We're going to talk about Manta later on in the show. I believe Manta is going to do a TIA. Osmo finally moved. It was the stable coin that still is really, though. It's still only like $200 in a 2-month hold. That's crazy. It sat between my bag was 1,900 and 2,000 for a long, long time. All right. I like Blocktopia. I got a little bag at the very bottom of it. That was just an old, awesome coin. I believe they're getting that whole metaverse. Sand is going to come back strong. Everyone's going to be talking about being in the metaverse. Wishing they got Sand. Wishing they got Mana. Engine Coin. Engine Starter. Polka Starter. These are big names you want to keep on the radar. All right. And look, there's the breakout. How do we know? How do we know exactly? How do we find the descending triangle, which had a measured move, which was the length of it's all algorithm. This is all algorithm. It's all run by a bot. I can smell the bot. I can watch the footprints of the bot. Look, now I know that if we don't get back above 67,300, all of this is nil. Okay? Despite all my probability, all my talk, all this and that, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where price is going to go. All right? I just pulled $500 in like what? A 10-minute trade in front of you live. You saw me make the trade live. You saw me sell it live. You saw me sell the top like a boss. I didn't sit there with the gains in my face. I can't hit the sell button. You know how many people don't know how to hit the sell button? They do this. Let me do it again. They're like, this is what they see when they see the sell button. Gains? I don't deserve those. I deserve to look at them go all the way back down and beat myself up later on tonight. You know what I mean? It's like negative self-talk that produces the behavior. How we talk to ourselves is important. How we speak to ourselves is important. How we speak about ourselves, to other people is important. You're an amazing being made by God. So look, here comes the rippage. And here comes the short squeeze right now to the upside. And you can see the liquidity waiting for us at 67,600 here. It's dark red, and it's likely we're about to go up $300 for Bitcoin. Bit of an inverted head and shoulder there too as well. I'm just in tune with price action right now. I've been watching Bitcoin almost like for days straight with like very little sleep. And I'm in some type of weird place in my mind where like I probably may never be this accurate. No, I don't say that. Every day is a bless. God will help me do everything amazingly every single day. Blessings on blessings to be alive. I just want to get my futures up. And shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. I have not checked how many people are here on the live stream. Didn't get to see. Shout out to the 1,800 people here. 647 likes. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. $162 in chat revenue. You people are amazing. And we're going to get to your super chats. It's 11:24. All right. But you can see I am spot on with price action here. We found this bottom. We told you we were going to bounce off the 200 SMA. We did. That's why I used the 200 SMA. Perfect time for entry. If you use that as a bounce area, to the upside over here, to the upside. And this setup just is so tight for a move. I mean, we've won so much. All week we've been winning. So if we lose this trade, so be it. Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, we could give back. I mean, you don't want to, but we could give back so much to the market to take a shot at another big trade. That's what I keep doing. Then I keep hitting. Then I go risk again. Then eventually it's like, and that's what a bull market does. It rewards you for being a little high risk. So you raise the risk a little bit more normally than you would. All right? It's just kind of what you do. All right? You make, heavier calls. Because if you see the market move huge and you had a probability and you only made like $50, it doesn't feel too good. You know? We're pounding the pavement right now. You know what I'm saying? Position history is out of control. Right? And again, you'll be pinned on the 1 hour. Everyone, they'll start opening up shorts for whatever reason. Because they'll be like, oh, we're at resistance with the overbought stochastic. Again, not able to see insight into different time frames, understand liquidity. There's more going on. And look, the bigger picture. Understand that the 4 hour can take over and press the 15. And once you understand the 4 hour is likely going to press the 1 hour, you X the 1 hour for the day. Now, again, if you hit a resistance, you start to dump, you flip back to the 1 hour. Then you start looking for flags in the smaller time frames, and you take that dump. You have to be, it's like the game of chess. It's like a sword fight. You must think first before you move. But the thing is this, it is like a game of chess, right? If you don't know what the person's going to do, so you look at the chess pieces and you're like, all right, if he moves his rook, if he moves his knight, if he moves his castle, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right? And then you see, he makes a move where he now can't move the castle where you were thinking, or the rook, and you're like, all right, I X that out, that can't happen. I don't need to put that in my brain anymore. I can move on from that. And so it's just that, like, that back and forth. You see what I'm saying? Another green trade. I'm the king of 1%. And that's funny. But $11, I mean, that's a fast cut. That paid for the cup of coffee right there over here. And look, homemade coffee, right? So 67,700 is my next big area of liquidity, which bleeds into 67.8 with those big red bars. I think it looks like blood. Yeah. Anyway. And then 68,000. Again, we keep hitting 68. Can we get above it? 67.3 is a key area of support or resistance. Can we hold above that? And so this is kind of where we stand here for Bitcoin. All right. And look, now top of the channel, we're likely to dump down now again, right? This makes sense. And now here comes the tightness. These generally do dump to the downside. So the probability is that we're going to dump down here, I have to say. Based on my lifetime of playing these charts. But again, until we lose the 200... until we lose the 200 time frame, until we lose the 200 time frame. And again, look how the Stokes work so well. When the Stokes get high and start to turn down, that's when the beautiful scalp. So you could have scalped up to, like we said, 67,005, 67,464. And that's what was supposed to happen, because this is how the trade, Now, if it becomes a beautiful inverted, we're looking for the complex inverted now. So how fast can your mind work? How much price action have you seen? How good is your subconscious? Are you feeding your subconscious mind? See, this is the key. What are you putting in your brain late at night? I'm putting in the charts. So I'm going to have more chart information against the guy that's putting in Netflix and all this other nonsense in his brain. Now, it's good to be a diverse person and know different information. But right now, the most money, the most focus, the most discipline should be the place where you can get ahead the fastest, and then use that time later on in your life, because you don't have to work from pennies for the rest of your life. Cryptocurrency would change your life right now. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying you should be taking as financial advice. I am not a financial advisor or an investment advisor. Okay? Please get yourself one of those, or do you own due diligence for into any project, coin, or trade? Okay. 1129 for Bitcoin. So far, so good. Can we hold the line here? If we don't, you're going to drop right down here. Then if you lose that, then we know that the next level is the circle dome. So we're waiting. We're open-minded for the bullish or the bear scenario. Anything could happen. Okay. $67.3 is a key area, too, of support. We just keep... Look, resistance came up. Resistance, resistance, bounce, 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 bounce. It's a funny area. It's an area we've seen a lot of game going on, right? If you saw this 1 minute curve and you saw this area hang out, high probability we're going to break out then, you know? And you'd be like, but Sam, you're so bullish. You said all these bullish things, and then you say we're likely going to drop to the circle. I can't, you know, the reason why is I'm going to take a little more of a risky chance, but whenever I've seen this pattern, which is a symmetrical triangle, which is a chubby triangle, it's called a 50-50 pattern, meaning it has a 50% chance of going out or this way. I tell you what, 9 out of 10 times, this pattern breaks to the downside. So as bullish as I want to be and all this awesome and all the bullish things that I just told you, I have to be a bot and trade like a bot. And the bot in me tells me, be careful for this pattern. Okay? All right. Hold on 1 second. I just got to sneeze. Appreciate your time there. Sorry about that. So here, so you can see how this 67, 290, 200 area is going to be a key area. So I've taken you through the weekly, the 12-hour, the 22, the daily. I've given you so much information on Bitcoin. And if you keep watching me, I'm going to be the guy. And if we take a dump, I'm going to show you why we're going to dump and how. The small moving average is going to lose. Look, we want to see this right shoulder be made. It looks like it's going to do it. And so now look, shoulder, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bitcoin has been a doll. And what I mean by a doll, it does exactly what it's supposed to be doing recently. It's just been amazing. It really has. And honestly, they call me, there's a name for me in the system, in the space, because I seem to find cup and handles everywhere. There's a cup and handle here. This thing could make some serious gains, right? And then if you have this if this makes the right shoulder, which is looking like it's going to make it. And so I like to grab this pattern here. You can use two patterns on this, but like give us that complex inverted, and that's just going to be money. All setting up pretty nicely as we are getting the curve without losing the support zone. See, resistance, and now I'm playing support or resistance in front of your eyes. I'm going to blow your mind one more time. All right, if I may. One more time. And I could take this into a science like you just can't believe. And this is, you know, another little Sammy cup and handy here. On top of all this, you can pull the fib. And if you get to that 786 golden pocket, and you might even bounce off the 0.5. Low stochastics are always key inside of the entry for me. Come on, baby. Come to that 786. Bounce off the 786 or the bottom of the triangle too, which is, look, that's the golden pocket right now. That's a golden pocket Fibonacci retracement. It kind of, the only thing about this move now is it kind of negates this inverted head and shoulder a bit. That level really had to hold, in my humble opinion. It would have been nicer if it held. But we did have a pattern that said we have to come back to the bottom of the pattern, right? So an insane man would get in right there at that 618 retracement because we would bounce right back to the upside many a time. High risk, though. Very high risk, but if you do this over, this is a model, okay? A model is something that you identified in trading over and over again, and you use to your advantage. Now, you also want to find hidden bullish divergence on this. That can be added. I think you guys should add that to your money printer model. You'll probably see it a lot. Maybe not. You want to see really small time divergence, but then you want to see this bigger time hidden bullish. Because you should get the hidden bullish. Like this should bounce. Why? Well, because here's the trend line, and other people are drawing it. So that means bots are going to buy off the trend line. And I'm not the only guy that's going to draw this Fibonacci. Bots are drawing that. They're going to buy off that 618 Fibonacci retracement. Look, there it goes. So I showed you where we're going to drop off the descending triangle, right? And again, I am in some type of special space in my brain right now. I'm Rain Man with this stuff. Because I have a lack of sleep. I think something's happening to my alpha brain, and I'm able to like trade on a higher level. I know you think I'm insane, but I've been literally printing money out of the leverage account, just like when I want money, I just go in and make money. It's just crazy, and everyone's witnessed it in my trading group. Like they've seen it. I've been trading like days on end and just continuously taking 800, 1,000, 500 out of every single trade. It's been insane. Then turning that, taking out money from the leverage account, putting it into an altcoin, and that altcoin's ripping to the upside, right? Like took $2,000 out, put it into that root coin. That $2,000's now 3,500. You know what I mean? And I made the $2,000 trading off $5,000. Again, at the end of the day, as like I keep saying, as great as it all is, support and resistance is key. We have to get above 67.3. See how 67.300 is a key? They picked the 300s. I've noticed many times. I'm always talking about the 300, the 300. Now they're playing us here, see? They're toying with this area. They're like, oh, he thinks he's smart off that 618. Now, if enough people keep buying, then 618 should hold. It is a bit of a cup and handle. Again, we're ready for the bullish and the bearish scenario. Anything could happen. Okay? Just remember that. Be open-minded at all times and never be right or wrong. You're not right or wrong. Okay? You're just going with the flow of the trade. You're just trading the probabilities. Set your trade, go for a walk. Today, I would like everybody to do one thing for me if you could. And I'm going to take the charts away for a second. I know that's all you want to do is see the charts. I want you to do one thing for me today. I want you to go and walk into nature if you can. I want you to walk out of your studio, your place, wherever you're at. If you can do it alone. If you're with your kids, fine, take your kids, because it's always good to be with your kids. They bring back the passion of life. But if you can be alone, and go walk out into nature if you can. If it's safe too, And look, they bounce into the 786 there. And just take a deep breath and thank God for your breath. Thank God for the animals. If you see some animals, thank God for the trees and everything. And realize it's more than money. All right? We get caught up in this bull market. All we think about is a gain and running after a gain. And can we gain? And it takes over your mind to the point of no return. You're not eating. You're not like me. You're not eating. You're not sleeping. You're just making, And you just always want to bring yourself back to what you're here for. And you're here for this beautiful journey. You're here for all these beautiful lessons. You're here to meet all these awesome people, have beautiful experiences in life. That's what we're here for. Yes, the gains are there. We really want to change our lives. I know it, because we're in such a system where they force us to feel like we do. But, and look, we lost kind of the hidden bullish a little bit. But that's all. That's all. I'm back. But I just want to, take some time to go out into nature. I'm talking to myself today. I'm going to make sure that I step away and I get myself into nature. All right. We got some liquidity forming below us here. Close enough. It might be just big enough. 66,500 to please the makers to get us down there. All right. Had this beautiful trend line for so long now. If we lose it, though, we know where we're going. All right. You guys know. So again, a lot of fake outs today. Now this is kind of an M pattern. See it? It's a lower M. And see, look, we didn't have an M before, so you can't make. Your brain really has to work that fast. And look, this could dump us. If we don't dump, it'd be a good sign. We would like this to turn into a wick. Lately, price action's been so fascinating for me to show you. that it's just been a little tougher to do super chats just because there's so, like, Bitcoin has provided so much entertainment for me, and I think I can show you and teach you so much, right? I've been doing this for 15 years, so we really need the bounce here and the tightness, right? That's what we're really looking for. $67,000. And then you look at here, it's like, well, why are we stopping? Well, what do we have? I mean, resistance. So look, we came up here and hit. We came up, we bounced, we fell through. We had chop. Resistance, bounce. Now we have ourselves, look, a double bottom. You know, what's interesting is this double bottom tells me that it's unlikely we should test this area again because we already did it so nicely. Then this could get us to move up. This could be a really good level to enter right now. Again, it takes a lot of guts, and I'm not, I'm talking to myself, not anybody else. You do whatever makes you happy. It's got to fit your trading style. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have the education that makes sense to you. I wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff or talk about all the risk I'm taking or when I'm making the $500 on a live and all that fun stuff without having the education first. It all started with an education, everybody. And, I never let my schooling interfere with my education. I never let my schooling interfere with my education. Never. Not once. All right, what happened to SHIDO when SHIDO hit the market? I'm kind of interested to see. All that stuff. I get excited over stuff like that. All right. Whiff. Struggling there. Dog with hat. Let's take a look at SHIDO. Okay. So right when it came out, it was pennies. It got back to 2/10 of a cent. Now, SHIDO was a hot project. There was really nothing wrong. It just got to exploit, and then there it is, right? Do you just buy into SHIDO immediately right now? There's a chance. I mean, it could be possibly be the move, but, high risk, high reward for that idea, right? We already know what SHIDO is, though. And whenever I see this, I trade on the exchange. See the trading view, with the trading view, it has all of your little... And again, if Bitcoin pumps, you can see how SHIDO is almost But that tells me SHIDO might be a pretty simple gainer up there. And that honestly could make 100% gains right there. And see, there, I can trade with almost no indicators at all. I would take this trade confidently with just 2 moving averages and the pattern. It's tight, This stuff all happens with all the other indicators around it. So, you know what I mean? It's likely that all the indicators that I use are saying what I needed to say when this is happening. Your mind really can simplify things once you get good at it. Or somewhat. I don't even like saying I'm good at trading. I'm a beginner. I'm still learning every day. Beginner's mind, man. I know nothing. There's compared to how much I could know, I probably know this much. The more you know you don't know. Every single time along the way, That's the beautiful thing that's the special thing about life, right? What if you knew it all immediately? It would never. Why would you want to be here? You'll learn to your dying day. You'll learn something new on the day you die. Hopefully, if you got a right mindset and you're doing the right thing. And then my mind extrapolates more information. I see a shoulder. I see a head. I see a right shoulder. This thing looks like it's going to break to the upside. I'll be honest. 7.77. Look, I didn't do that on purpose. There's no way I could have done that. I just did that out of nowhere. I promise you on my entire family, there's no way I could have done that. I don't know why the 777s come up every single time I show up on the screen, but you guys can't see me doing anything without the 777s. And see, so riveting to see the bounce exactly like we're supposed to get it. Amazing, right? We just need to get, you got, Bitcoin must break back above 67,600. And then really, this 67.9, really 67K has to be reclaimed. We reclaim 67K, it's very, very likely we continue to the upside. Very, very likely. All right, so SHIDO, I covered SHIDO. Looks pretty interesting to me. Let's take a look at TRAC. All right. Origin Trail. All right. It's on CoinEx and KuCoin. I got to link to KuCoin. If you want to trade on KuCoin, we do have a link, and you can KYC there too with an RNSID. So last time I looked at TRAC was right here in this flag at 50 cents, and there it goes. Gone. And this is an ordinal play, if I'm correct, right? There's two type of tracks. That I think this is the one, though. Oh, look at that beautiful move to the upside for track. Out the flag. Did I post this, or was it a super chat? I posted track at 12:21 though. I wonder how much it was at the time. Got to be a different track, right? That's on Gate.io. Was track ever $7? No. So this thing was just 22 cents too. Look at the 7x that it's done now. Look at these things. These things are just like, I've never seen anything like this. And again, I've only been in 2 altcoin cycles, but I've been in I was in the stock market, and I was trading altcoins in 2016. That's how I got into the game. I started trading alts. My first coin I ever bought was Ethereum at $89. That's the first coin I ever bought. Ethereum at $89, man. Then I would get Litecoin. Trying to think that, and then I got into Bittrex and I started trading altcoins. The guy showed me coin market cap in the street, and that was it. Once he showed me coin market cap, I was like, I always remember what he said. He goes, "Be careful though," and I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because you won't stop. You'll be looking at it all the time." He's like, "I'll be at a date with a girl," and he's like, "I'll be on a date with a new girl that I know, exciting new date," and he's like, "I'll be in the bathroom looking at the coins." I always remember that's what he said to me, this guy in the street. He said he was one of the coders that worked on Ethereum. All right. And see how it always makes that algorithmic move. Anyway, track. So track is so hot. Look at it on the daily. Just be back. When do I take profits? How do I take profits? The daily's pressed, but I would just keep watching it on the smaller time frames. Right? And it's the ordinal space. So Bitcoin's at 67,151, everybody. So I would watch this ascending triangle, and to me, it looks like track's going to continue. I'll be honest. And I know that seems weird to say for a guy that's conservative, and I see an overbought daily, but I mean, this is just the way the trend is your friend until this thing breaks trend significantly. I just have to trust in the trend. And I mean, right now you got multiple higher lows. You would have to break this low here for me to really think the trend is over 114. I see this going up further to the upside here. And again, I could be wrong, but what do I know? That thing looks hot to me on the 33-minute time frame. It's super high risk because it has pumped a lot. But that's even worth watching there. If I had any Tether in my account, I would trade that. But you know what? I'm all out. Whenever I trade late into the night, I tend to just empty all my Tether. But I bought some cool things last night, and I'll tell you one coin that I bought at the end of the stream if you stay tuned. A new coin that's hot that I believe is going to build numbers. And I added 2 big coins to my portfolio actually last night. And actually 3 big. I did 3 huge things at about between 3 and 5 in the morning last night. Which, like, why would he do that? It just, I looked at it all, and it just, everything's kind of the stars aligned. And I could be wrong. You never know. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Let's look at that baby TATSU. And is that a stock? The Tatsumi Corporation? TATSU. I think I've seen it before. It kind of rings a bell. So I'm like. And how did Goria do? $38 million market cap. I like 70% of the circulating supply is out. Only 1 million. I mean, that's a very small supply. This is just one of the top team wallets that bought 800 and now worth almost $500,000 profits. And just one team wallet. Follow me and say, wow. Team wallet. What's a team wallet? I never like that word. It sounds kind of scammy. It's on Uniswap only in open ocean. A vision of the future where decentralized and machine learning converge to an unparalleled application. Anyone can write that. Anyone can say that. But, let's take a look at their Twitter. What are people saying on Twitter? I just want to see the presence. Anyone could buy a presence on Twitter. BitTensor powered ecosystem of decentralized. So it's BitTensor. I like BitTensor powered ecosystems. With they usually have small circulating supplies, which pressures them to pump. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be multiple coins this cycle that come out of Tau. And, Tau actually creates the coin itself because it's an AI incubation. Like, what's happening is amazing. If you can wrap your head around how fast, if your mind can be a futurist mind and you can like speed up where we're going, I mean, you can really make a lot of money here. This is for the futurists. This channel, even this entire space, you learn how to trade. I'll teach you how to trade. But the real money is being a futurist, being able to see where this market is going, be able to understand and cultivate what's happening here, and then being able to get in before it happens and making that move. Brand new coin alert. We got a brand new coin here, TATSU. I might have seen it. We never really studied it though. And we're gonna look at here on Deck Screener. We're gonna paste in that address and see what's happening with TATSU. And you're gonna learn about all sorts of new coins. And what you're gonna learn about is the coins that are hot and that matter. When they're hot too. So we're a little late on this. I wish I knew about TATSU when it was $4. So I'm going to have to move on. It did a 10x in 4 days. So we're late to the party. Unbelievable, though. Dang. I wish I knew about TATSU. I did half hear about it. I really think I did half hear about it. Look at this guy. He doesn't care. He's buying 25. This guy's buying $7,000 right now of TATSU. And honestly, I kind of maybe see why. Look at that thing. It looks like it's going to continue to the upside. Target is 109. It's got such a small supply that it's like people may just be like, you know what? It could probably still 10x from here to $1,000 a coin. Imagine getting in though at $7 and it goes to 1,000, or even down here at $3. Some people are getting in at $1. People have 50x this coin since the 17th of February. I really wish we knew about it earlier than this. I'm embarrassed when a coin's up 56x and I haven't really been all over it. But again, you can't expect us to know about every single coin every single time. 67,000. All right, $256. I'll take a nibble there. Oh, we just got a nice jump. And look, we're just so locked in. We got Bitcoin locked in. All right. And then the trade, it's like, that's a man. Like we had this bounce off the bottom of the channel. Double bottom here for Bitcoin. The deeper the double bottom, the better. Right? That's going to go up the length of this base here. That takes you to one of these two areas, back to 68. And what it does is it breaks this trend. Once you break this trend line, it's kind of overdue. If we cleanly break this, retest it, and we get out of here, that could be the big... I know you don't believe me, but that move right there could be the all-time high move. And what I mean by that is once you do that, you break to the upside, you could break the all-time high. Okay? So far, everything going well for Bitcoin. I added to the trade a little bit there, took a nibble. We'll see what happens to BTC. All right. Again, anything could happen. I could lose the trade in 2 seconds. All right. So TRAC and TATSU both looking interesting to me. Both worth looking at. TATSU is super hot at that small market cap. So tiny market cap of 1 million, right? And again, I don't care about logic. Logic says it's up too high, too many people got in. But that's an ascending triangle, you know what I mean? And ascending triangles, to me, they hit. So TATSU looks very interesting to me. Again, Uniswap, you have to go to Uniswap, which kind of like the fees, especially today, right now. Last night, I was getting a coin on Uniswap, and it cost me like $65. So today it's probably like, that'll triple in the middle of the day. Like right now, you try to use Uniswap when you got Asia, London, and America all up at the same time. You got to pick when Asia and London are asleep, and when the best time is when everyone's asleep, like 12:30, 1 a.m. Asia wakes up then, but again, you got a little grace period there. All right. TRAC may continue to the upside. TRAC's on fire. So many people are making so much money. I can only imagine, like, my wallet's up, their wallets are up, everyone is just, it's euphoric. It is a bull run, and it's the beginning. And I'm telling you, man, it's a pretty awesome time to be alive. I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. So look, we want to see this double bottom break to the upside. They could sweep the lows of the double bottom. Look, they didn't sweep the lows of this double bottom, though. And they didn't sweep the lows of this one. So look, this played out. This played out. This double bottom played out. Let's just break it down for you. This double bottom played out. This double bottom played out. Okay. Look, this one basically was a double bottom. I mean, you had the first low, but secondary low, double bottom played out. No sweep. No sweep. No sweep, right? It's a very known pattern that does play out many, many times, over and over again. Telling you, trust in the old school, you know, since these are the true old age, 1,000-year-old ideas here. You know, the human beings make these patterns on everything we do in life. Again, no matter what I say, no matter how great this all is, I know that 67,300 is a major resistance, and if we can't get above it, none of this loveliness happens. But then I look for Big Red, and Big Red is hovering at $68,000. Says, I want to eat and I want it now. We want 68K and we want it now. We do. We really do. Futures now at 346. Can't believe we haven't flipped green yet. I'm really all the way up at Stu. Why is my entry so dang high? Guys, I'm down. I'm really I'm freaking out. I'm down $8.90. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. $8. It's tough. It's a tough loss. It's unrealized, but I just feel like I shouldn't be on stream anymore. I'm sorry. I need a moment. I'm down $8. I can't right now. I can't. Yo, 67,393, baby. Great time to add a little niblet to the trade. This could be the one, man. We need it. We need it so bad, baby. Here it is. Come on. Now, likely, what's crazy is to get a resistance here now. Look, right? And then the tightness. And then bang, right? Because this pattern normally does. They just get our hopes up, and then they would sweep the lows. You see what I'm saying? How do we know what's going to happen in the moving average? We're going to lose this yellow line. So you got two charts on, one with this just clean. If you lose this yellow line, we're done. If we break 67.3, which look, we keep toying with it and we just can't seem to break it. Isn't that weird? We keep hitting this key level, and it's been identified by me. All right. It's all about this move here. To the upside, Team Underground, to the upside. Hey. Shout out to the 1,775 people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all. If you're new to the channel, say hi to my channel sponsor, I Trust Capital, where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency tax-free inside of a retirement account, right? They'll teach you the ways of the world. They'll teach you how to store that wealth, man. What a really, really good service out there in the world. Shout out to I Trust Capital. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you for your loyalty and your sponsorship. Yeah, amen. And shout out to the Crypto Lifer group. Everyone that joins the trading group, you sponsor this channel too as well. We appreciate that. That's the biggest channel sponsor of all, is our actual trading group. We love you guys. So look, resistance here coming back down to this key level. It's my measured move that I can move out. We know it's 76,000. But the battle continues here. And again, we are on the small time frames, and you don't have to get caught up on these small time frames. I love them. I can make a lot of money on them. I've used them for years. They teach me a lot, though. They tell me what's likely going to happen on the bigger time frames. Well, we got tight moving average on the 1 minute, the 15 minute, the one, it just says something big is happening here. This is a coil up. And when Bitcoin gets this tight, after all this crazy price action, this is what the whole world is waiting. The tightness is happening here. Something big. I mean, a huge move is happening for Bitcoin, and it's happening soon. That I can tell you for sure. It could be up, it could be down. Right now, the probability is the pattern probability is down, but it's a 50-50 pattern, so it's actually a 50-50. At the end of the day, it's a 50-50, and we're above the 200 SMA, which tells me good sign. We got to get above these key resistance levels, 67.3, 67.4, or 67.6, and then 67.8, and back to 68,000. We got the liquidity on BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP is a beautiful program showing me where the liquidity is. Link in the description so you can have it to yourself whenever you need it, whenever you're on the go, wherever you want, on your laptop with that Wi-Fi, get that BOOKMAP running. All right. And again, sometimes I'm even on the really small time frames here. Look, you see the shoulder, head and right shoulder. You see this little tightness? Kind of resembles the pattern that we're in now, but that's, the 5-second chart says possible breakout. Tight moving averages. What you learn on the 5-second, you can trade on the 1 hour, the 15, the weekly. It's a microcosm of the bigger idea. Look, now you have to break this high here at 67,338. If you don't break that high, expect more downside. Then you're making an M pattern. So, you're either going to make an M here or you're going to break on out and retest and bounce. This is going to be key here, too. It all makes sense. I hope I'm not, freaking you out too much, but, and there's this 67.3 is key. Now we'd be up at 400 on the futures. 373. I think we'd flip positive by now. And see, I had so many trades. See, I got, they're layered right there, and then I start moving them around. I love trading futures on XC because it's so easy. You can grab your stop loss and just move it all around. See that? I can move it anywhere like that. Look, I didn't mean to do that. That just... I thought it would actually... Usually a confirmation window comes up when you move your stop loss. Like this. Oh, no, it didn't. It just I may have actually just sold a position accidentally. Right? Foolish. Anyway, it's okay. Don't do what I just did. Normally, I thought there was a confirmation window that came up. Do you want to use your stop loss there? But I guess not. Anyway, but you can move your stop loss very simply and easily. You can move your take profit really easily. What I like to do is when I'm in a hot trade and things are going really well, I'm on the 1 second just riding that stop loss on key levels. Pretty fun to do, too. It feels like a video game. It's awesome. But I love trading MEXC futures, man. And I started trading MEXC futures in March of last year. And I've opened up a trade almost every single day of my life for the entire year. And you guys have seen me change. One time they gave me bonus money of $1,200, and I didn't like it because it wasn't it was you know what I mean? It has to be my money, really, And so it's always my money that I'm using. I just want to make that really clear whenever you see me putting them in. And look, we've turned the $5,000 into another $69,000, $6,900. We did it again. Total equity is $6,900. We continue to bang on them. It's an amazing time to be alive, man. And once I get to $7,000, I take $2,000 out, and then I put it in an altcoin. Either add to a bag I'm building, right? I could do this 6 times, end up with $6,000 on AI Tech, right? And then next thing you know, AI Tech does a 10x. Now you got $60,000. It started with this $5,000 here. And honestly, I could do this 15, 20, 30 times. I could create 10 $6,000 positions out of this $5,000. This $5,000 just continues to produce. I'm profitable, so this is just an ATM machine for me. And I just continue to do the same things over and over again. Inverted head and shoulders, tight moving averages. I stick to the script and it just continues to pay me. I don't know what else to tell you. Doesn't mean I win every single trade, but I keep my losses small. I keep my wins big, and I got a good win rate, and I have proper risk management. And I show you guys how every single trade I have to know the risk reward ratio. I have to use. I'm telling you right now, if you have a proper risk management setup and you do the same thing over and over again, it's almost mathematically guaranteed that you will be profitable. Most people their emotions don't believe this, and they fight the system to the point where they just never find out if they're profitable or not. It almost happened to me, man. It could happen to me. I could have been one of the statistics, but I kept fighting. So it's up to you. You do what makes you happy here. All right. Let's take a look at VRA, Veracity. One of my favorite coins, too. I like Veracity a lot. I've held it for a long time. And I truly believe it can do numbers. It's doing numbers. Wow, it's banging, right? It's been just, wow, out of control. Beautiful to see. Look, once again, and here's another thing we teach. Once you get above the yellow line, you open up a trade. Stop loss on the other side. Gone. That's all you had to do for this on the daily, and you made massive gains. Went from half a penny to almost 3, it did a 3x, basically, a little more. I had an alerts right there. Tight moving averages. Veracity was gone. Look, it's got the cup. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy. I didn't give this call. I'm not going to, Sammy Cup and Handy to the, This kind of has Adam and Eve vibes, right? But anyway. So what now for Veracity? Well, I take away the moving averages. I'd have to look at it on the bigger time frame, like the 3-day or the 2-day. You had a huge pump. Everything that pumps like this, in my humble opinion, has to come back down to the 21-day moving average. But again, things have been really frisky, right? You did break above this key level, and you are in the open. It's kind of, you are in this area here. Where's my VRVP? It's not there right now. Sometimes I delete it accidentally. So see the next, look, this is a gap here. See how there's a node right here sticking out? You're likely to come back to that node at 0178. That's a key area that I'm looking at here for Veracity. All right. Want to see if we can get up to that high volume node there. Oversold too as well. Overbought is on the 3-day chart. So like what I'm looking for is for Veracity just to do some type of consolidation and stay above this level here. Touch the 21-day moving average. It's likely going to continue to the upside. I mean, it woke up and broke a key support from its bottom lows. Wow, ever since January 25th, it's been on a tear. Honestly, if your coin hasn't at least 3 to 5 X's, you gotta move on. All right. I mean, do whatever makes you happy. I'm never gonna tell you what to do, but. And there we go for the move to 67.5 now for Bitcoin. And did we sell something there? No. Okay, nothing happened there. Look at that win rate. Look, 4 straight trades in a row. Like $600-800. Like how many? That's 230, right? And then you got 370 basically, and then is the 450. Yeah, it's about 750 in gains right there. Up another $26 now. The trades, and this could be the beginnings of the beginnings. There we go. Look, we broke that key level. Bounced off the 200 SMA on that 1-second chart, 5-second chart. Broke out of the smaller channel. Look at the W is going to the target as it was supposed to go. Everything playing out exactly as the TA suggested it would. The probability was a 68% chance. I drew this little flag. They dolphin dipped it, so if you traded the flag, they got you out. So if you basically anyone who traded 100x leverage on that flag got hit off. You see? If you're trading like the 5 or the 30-second chart and you tried to hit that flag, you got nailed. TradingView's acting a little funky for me today. Might have to clear my cache. But again, this is all well and good. We got above 67,300. This is what we want. Now we got to eat 67.6 and 67.8. And then we have to break through, This is beautiful, though. And look, we showed you this was going to happen. We've showed you this descending triangle to the downside, head and shoulder. We showed you the falling wedge bounce off the Fibonacci retracement in the 200 SMA. We then showed you that we hit the top of the pattern, we would come down. We then showed you the bottom of the pattern, we should bounce. We then showed you that we were in a double bottom that should break to the upside, and we showed you the flag right here. This is insane. You'll never see price action described like this. We showed you the tight moving averages, and we showed you the weekly all the way down to the 1-minute time frame, as well as giving you multiple altcoins that are hot and what people are paying attention to today. I'm telling you right now, this is the place to be. If I got a channel like this back when I was trading, it would have changed my life forever. I hope I'm changing your life. You guys are changing my life. I'm excited to be here. All right. Bitcoin Cash. And they call it Bitcoin Cash Node for whatever reason. Remember, I was looking at it down here. Back in the day, we were watching it at 260. Only a matter of time it was going to wake up. It took forever, though. Look. We were here, and it just went sideways, 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 sideways. I mean, you didn't lose a lot because it just kept going sideways. Bitcoin Cash used to be far more correlated to Bitcoin. They used to pump together awesomely back in 2016, 2017. Ever since the 2018 rally, they just kind of like, people just, wouldn't be surprised if it got to $4,000 a coin and it 10x, right? Roger Ver. It's not Bcash. You call it Bcash one more time. I like Roger Ver, though. I shouldn't joke about it. He's probably a nice dude, and he's probably super smart entrepreneur, too. I respect everyone in the space, especially the OGs. But that clip will always make me fun. It will always make me laugh. So I see this pulling back to the, somehow all we want to do is pull back and stay above 383. Next target is 674. This market is awoken. Things are starting to move hard. So Trade's starting to move here. You're now in the money if you took any of the ideas that I gave you this whole time. All right? You were in the money for sure. All right? Now we're breaking some key levels too as well, which is awesome. And I just keep taking nibbles. Once we get above a key area, I may add to the trade again. I might just position myself here with a stop, just kind of add to the risk of the trade. You can add multiple trades with entry, stop loss, right? You can keep changing this and see it change. Look, I have 5 trades open now, you see? You get it? Eventually, I could turn this into 100,000. That's how I turned it into 100 or even $1 million trade if I get to that level. 67,700. This is what we were looking for. This is the follow through that we wanted. Okay? So far, so good for Bitcoin. And again, I know you like your altcoins, and I know we want to get into altcoins, but like Bitcoin runs the show. If Bitcoin didn't miss the key level and we started to dump, your altcoin was likely going to take a hit. Okay? So we got to stay on Bitcoin as much as I know you love your altcoins, and we want to go over altcoins all day long. I think somebody asked about Doge on the weekly, if I remember correctly. Just getting started on the weekly with a bullish engulfing candle. So let's start fresh with Doge. I gave this call out of the cup and handle for Doge, just to make it clear. I mean, not trying to be amazing, but anyone knew Doge was coming. The market was coming, Doge was coming, right? Kind of an Adam and Eve double bottom there with the fudged up Adam. Wow, 67,700 for Bitcoin. 775 up $88 in the trade now, adding to the gains. This is going to be a big trade, man. Going to 75K, baby. Telling you, man, we break this all-time. We're so close to breaking the all-time high right now, and the pattern's setting up. The 4-hour wants to eat. Look at the 4-hour. It's like, yo, I want to eat that all-time high. And we could easily get rejected and dump. They could be just setting us up. We could do a bull chop, push us up a little bit and rip us back down. Be ready for anything. Move your stop in to take profit. You know, have a long-term hold for the coins. If you can't handle, if they go up and down, have a long-term hold. You're doing 3 things, in my humble opinion. For me personally, as a trader does 3 things to stay profitable. You're either in a long-term hold that you're dollar cost averaging into and you're not sweating it, right? You're in a swing trade where you know exactly when you got to end, exactly where your stop loss is, and exactly where you're getting out. Or you're in a scalp trade the same way. If every single trade you make is one of those 3 things, or you're in some type of gamble where you're throwing the money in and you know it's anything could happen. And you got to ask yourself, what am I doing before I do it? And could I handle the loss right now? Like, could I handle the loss that I just put out right now? I'm pretty sure that I could. Okay. All right. I will tell you, every time this is green, taking profits have never hurt me. They only add up over time. And when you don't realize how we're in 12x leverage. We could be in heavier leverage. Usually I'm up high, but I put more money in with less leverage. When the trades get bigger, I usually put less money in with more leverage. So you know what I mean? This 4-hour looks nice to me. I like what I'm seeing here on the 4-hour. I like this soundtrack for the moment in time. Shout out to the 1,792 people here on the live. 840 likes. $108 in chat revenue. 180, sorry. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You people are absolutely amazing. The love, the respect, and the constant support I get from each and every one of you does not go unrecognized. Trust me, you guys build me up, and I really appreciate it. You help me go live every single day. You help me push every single day. Without each and every one of you, without all your support, there's no way I'd be able to be who I am and do what I do. So let you know, I don't care who you are out there, no matter what you're doing in your life. If you're coming to my stream, if you're showing up, you're doing something amazing. So God bless you. Thank you. Hope you're in gains again. I showed you how I entered the trade. I showed you exactly what I did. I showed you my stop loss. I held nothing back. Another gain again on the stream. They call me Sammy Greens because I make it green, baby. All right? Should have made way more in the trade. Saw the bottom area and everything, but it's okay. None of that should have, would have, could. And look, we're headed for the target of the double bottom. We did not sweep the lows, see? There's money to be made here every single day if you're tapped in. But you got to be tapped in. And now, look, we're breaking this trend line, which is an important trend line to break. Again, we have to break above 67,950, 68,000 to remain bullish. This is the move here. We get rejected all night long. We finally are getting the push. This is going to be a fake out. Huge sell order at 68,000, but usually that can froth us up. And look, now they got 69 and then 70K. It says we're going to break the all-time high. It's very likely we do it. I'm watching, and I'm watching closely. Okay? So Dogecoin on the weekly. Once it got above the 200 SMA on the weekly, you knew it was going to fly. It's a key moment. But it wicked all the way to 20. Wow, Doge went to 20 and got sold all the way back down. I did not realize. And look, Doge was just down at 5 cents. It's a 4x, so people made money on their Doge immediately. It's pretty awesome. I like about this rally is it was popular. People heard about it. They bought in and they made money. Like, a lot of times people hear about something towards the end on that whole Saturday night rally. That was like the top to buy, and then right, it never it got faded. We're doing well here on the trade, up 7%, $1,500 times 12x leverage. It's an $18,000 trade, and the breakout looks like it's happening clean here. Let's move this away. Clean breakout. Let's bring this down. Yeah, a clean breakout. And here we go. If we break 67,000, that's going to be the key here. You lose every trade that you don't take, or you don't make any money on every trade that you don't take. All right. So what do I see happening for Dogecoin? I mean, it has room on the weekly. It has room on the 5-day. You got to watch that daily. It's a little far away from the 21-day moving average. And again, everything is following Bitcoin's footsteps here. They're in these funky inverted head and shoulders in these symmetricals. If Bitcoin doesn't fake out and we get a real pump to the upside, there's a good chance here that this follows through up to 23 cents for Doge boy. So shout out to my Doge stars. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. My Dogians, whatever we call y'all. Doges, Doge boys, Doge girls and boys. Doge heads. I like Doge heads. Shout out to my Doge heads. My Doge stars. But yeah, I mean, that looks beautiful to me. But again, it's a symmetrical. It could go either way. Because the moving averages aren't that far apart and we still got movement. And if the 1 minute's very tight. And again, I see this as a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. I'm not surprised. You know, if you want to play it safe, you wait for it to break out, retest 17, and then you take that ride. Possibly, it has a long leg, actually. Here's our next leg up, and Doge will probably hit 28 cents. That's where it's going to start to cool off. But yeah, your Fibonacci's extensions, all that, they will take you right there. I've been spot on with my bigger calls. They've worked out pretty well in my life. And so that's what I see happening. Let's keep watching our smaller time frames. Anything could change here for Bitcoin. So you hit resistance yet again. You couldn't break the resistance, and you're overbought. And what I like is I like paying myself, so I get paid again here. And what I like to do, you could close long market. And I take that money every single time I'm up. And you're like, but Sam, it was such a nice entry. The trade could go up huge. Why are you selling now? Well, I'll tell you why. I still believe in the bigger trade, but we hit a resistance. I just went in on some type of flag here on the one. And again, I've seen massive dumps come all the way down here. It could be the beginning of it. I don't know what's going to happen. What I do know is that I just paid myself yet again, made $600. You know what I mean? Now, if I add the trade again, I could, and again, look at that dump right after I sell. How do I know? How do I know? Because people sell resistance, everybody. I'm not, if you do what the herd, you do what the algorithm does. You don't buy into that green pump. You sell into the green pump. You don't buy in when the moving average is away from the price action. You buy in when the moving average is with the price action. You understand these concepts. You never went broke paying yourself, man. Okay? It's all about gains. I want to see gains. I want to make the gain. Here's another beautiful trade. Now, look, I can always set up the trade again. I got my numbers. And I can begin to build the trade yet again. And look, now I can start with the 124 for 300. But I can wait for maybe a better... And if I think it's going to pump and I'm going to miss out, I begin to build the trade yet again. Like right now, I think it's really bullish. I disregard some of the TA and I build the trade. But again, I can only lose $100 here now. We start to break out. I see key levels move. And then I use the smaller time frames. I begin to build this trade back up to where we had it before. Same story, morning glory. All right. Too many people are afraid to sell. They're afraid to take profits. They're worried that every trade's going to be the trade that's going to make their account the big one. You know what's going to make your account the big one? Taking mini trades over and over again. That's going to add up over time. It's called compound interest. Look, the money that you make then compounds when you put it back into another trade. That's compound interest without you realizing it. You put money into a futures trade, you double up. You then take that money, put it into another trade, you know? Look at that sell. I sold the top yet again. I'm teaching you guys how to use the charts to your advantage, not how to use your emotions. Your emotions will not help you. They will only hurt you. Not in trading. Maybe in life, but not in trading. I see Dogecoin making a pretty big move. That's what the the people I hear at the restaurants call it. Again, it could make a bearish retest and start to drop down too. But this 200 SMA is likely going to hold price action. It's been doing really well. In bullish times, you will hold it on that 1 hour. Where's my targets? First place I would think that takes a profit on a swing is 20. Then you're going to leave a runner, and I would clean up at 28. Very likely Doge goes to these areas. Every single coin that I've put out with these yellow marks, honestly, has hit the target. But again, maybe not. This will be the one time where it doesn't happen, right? Now I'm down $4 in the trade. It's okay, right? And now as we start to slump around, I watch what the smaller time frame's doing. If we bounce it, now look, the smaller time frame has to make what's called like an ascending triangle now. Ascending triangles are great because they take a little longer to form. And so they give you more time to understand that there's consolidation happening. And now you're looking for hidden bullish divergence. And you've got it. And if you get hidden bullish, you're going to get the bounce. If you get the bounce, you can make the channel. If you make the channel, start adding to the trade yet again. And this way, we can lock in profits and continue to go. And we don't miss out much on where we're at. We can actually get into the trade cheaper than we were before. All right? The key is to have these parameters set up so it's not that hard to continue to add into the trade because you already see what you're doing. Okay? Marketing in because Mexi just barely charges anything at all to market in 0.01. Otherwise, if I was on another exchange, I would have to be limiting it. It wouldn't be as easy. So another thing that Mexi makes this a lot simpler and a lot easier. That's why I trade on Mexi. Link to Mexi is in the description. Okay? I have it pinned right here. Join Mexi today. Hit that link right there. Jump on into Mexi. All right? Hey, Sam, could you do TN Spooky Swap? Do you think this will do well in the bull run? Many thanks. And again, we'll do what we can here with the super chats, but we're over time. Okay? We can't guarantee that every super chat will get answered at this point. The channel's starting to blow up. I used to be able to get every super chat done, and that was my thing. I was like, we did every super chat done, but honestly, it's... So look, numbers protocol, likely to make a big move. I mean, this is so obvious to me that it's going to pump. Like, this stuff is child's play, man. Like, I buy right there and I sell at 34. I mean, it's like, go buy myself a car. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is like, they got this on Coinbase too, right? 100% gain sitting right there for numbers. In and out. Numbers protocol. And it's been trending, and the 1 hour looks absolutely beautiful with a higher low. I like that. Tight moving averages for numbers. This thing looks beautiful. I would like trade it on no other time frame. Oh, now it's not giving. Now, oh yeah, now it's doing that. Oh my gosh. Taking away my vertical line. Once every week, once every month or something, the Alt V leaves me. Look at that trade right back where it was, pumping and doing damage. Now I start building that trade back up again, right, to the $14,000 trade we had before. You can see that things are brewing here for Bitcoin. You don't want to chase too much, though. You got to be easy. Now, the 8s are a big deal. We get above the 8s. 7 is coming easy. The 8s, you'll see the 800 is always going to be a key level. You're going to see a battle at the 800 level. And again, now we switch back to our smaller time frame. What are we doing? What's happening? Let's take a look. Look how we're meshing in the 1 minute in with the other time frame. We're still looking at that 4 hour. We're still checking on where we're at, but now we're watching what's happening on the minuscule areas. Look how we called that double bottom in the exact target because the prices, this is what the charts told us this. This is a clinic. We ran a clinic today in trading, straight up. Like one of the greatest live streams I've ever had in my life, straight up. Like unbelievable. I guess lack of sleep has got me channeled in another place. I'll take it. I'll take it. What'd you say? I got so much to do. We got so many people. We got to keep it moving, babe. I just can't jump on in there. I gotta do these super chat easies. They're also giving me calls that look amazing. So it's like these people are awesome. They know what's up. They're smart. You know what I'm saying? It's a full cycle circle here of love. Everybody, if you want to jump on into another class too that we have, it's awesome. My buddy Master Friend teaches a leverage trading course that also teaches you how to read London, China, and liquidity zones. It's pretty awesome. It's an extra $300 in my trading group, but you also get mentoring each week, and he teaches you a lot. Jump on it today. It'll blow your mind. Amen. Okay. Numbers protocol. And that is looking tasty. Numbers. 100% gains. Look, it's a cup and handle too. I mean, I'll be honest, in my lifetime, that's a beautiful consolidation. I've looked at this stuff many, many a time. Look, we're booming up, everybody. $68,000 now for Bitcoin. This is awesome. We're getting a confirmation of the move in this 4 hour time frame. We got to break this high though, right? The previous high. This is it, everyone. Can you believe how close we could be here? So now look, I'm back to the $1,700. I'm up another green trade. Look, showing you how to enter and exit trades without fear, using proper risk management, understanding where we are. Oh, wow, that flagged out for a retest and then just got lit. Look. That's all you want. Look, it retested and it broke out the flag. If that's the breakout of the flag, here's your target. Bang. Takes you to 68,356. All right, and this is what we want. Now we break this high. That's so key. Look, resistance. That people took profits there, but if the bulls are relentless, we will plow through this area, and that's going to be. And once we get through there, the all-time high is really our next resistance area. It's like, follow me on Twitter. You guys push me past 25,000. I really appreciate it. Let's get to 30,000 subscribers on Twitter. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. All right. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Fat baby. My man. Shout out to Tommy Crown in the game. Now I'm down $38. So no, guys. I think I'm going to close it up. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Anyway, moving forward. Let's take a look here at Next. I like Next. It's connects. Right? I have a bit of this coin. I believe it could do numbers like the other coin. Numbers. Oh, hey. So I'm in Next. I see it in this beautiful ascending triangle. Testing the bottom of the trend line, which is a beautiful place to get in. And there's 144% gains coming out of Next. And I'm just trading this ascending triangle that has a, move to the upside. It's been going up the whole time. It's been, hitting the trend lines. So might still a partial there at 67, but yeah, this thing could moon. Moonarito moon. And it's already been given to the trading group. We've already talked about it. If you guys need a reminder, here it is. But yeah, I like this coin. I'm in it. You do you, though. You do whatever makes you happy. Okay. And again, if you've been with me, you've seen like hundreds of these setups play out now in the last month or two. Like, even just hanging out on this live stream alone teach you enough, right? All right, everyone, I think I got to call it here. As much as I want to go over every single coin, I'll just lightly touch over them now. I won't be able to give you much. My brain also gets tired. Like, it can only do the TA for so long. So, VELO, which is Velodrome, right? Double bottom there. Hotcakes. That thing's the Velodrome, Aerodrome. I see these both just doing damage. So you want to get in and understand what they're doing, and you know, I'm not gonna spend too much time, but that thing's going to the moon. Boom. Aero tends to move with VELO. Aerodrome, right? And it pumped up, came back down, but I see, look, it's shoulder, it's that inverted head and shoulder. So Aerodrome's in this thing, in the, you know, a bunch of coins are in this exact, right? But I see Aerodrome doing numbers. I really do. I think Aerodrome could do a 50x from here. I put $5,000 in it, or $4,000 in it. It already turned to $6,000. We'll see what happens. All right. 67,009 back for Bitcoin. We gave the call for Ray because you knew that Solana was going to wake up again. If Solana was going to wake up again, then Ray was going to do damage. Just that simple. And Ray did damage. I mean, it was just like, you know, and Ray was back at the 618 golden pocket. Ray up 28% gains. Bang, bang, bang. I see Ray doing numbers. My next target for Ray is 290. Radium is the swap, the premier swap. It pumped up, came back down. People start to swap again. Solana, all these coins, they get another run up. Bang, bang, bang for Ray. This is simple stuff, everybody. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Simple stuff. All right. Syncus was Syncus DAO, right? Things up 1,700% now. Look at that. 17x. And it gapped up. I don't know what happened there. Pretty weird, but this looks like a continuation flag to me. You do you, but that looks like it's going to continue up. In such a small time flag, that might be actually like 200% or something, or 80%. Target would be 0.8570 from the 4 cents. I hope this is the right coin. I think it is. Scan, I don't know. I didn't get it. Or scans. There it is on Uniswap. Beautiful open. Came out when? On the February 3rd. Came back down. I would just draw a fib on this. If I believed in it, I'd be accumulating more into this level, into the 618 and the 786, and then its next leg up. This is simple stuff too. This is what they do. All right. Not a lot of information on the daily, at the 8 hour, but yeah, you're looking for this, you know, and it might bounce. But you lost a little support there. If you believe in this coin, it'll do that, you know. The root network just hit 11 in the first target there that I wanted it to hit. Bang, look at that thing. Nailed it. My next target is 13 for the root network. This thing's getting started to get hot. Root network could do some really real damage if you look into what it's doing. But again, you do you. All I can do is talk about what I do here on the channel every day and, you know, have fun. I told you this was going to break out. It did. It was in a flag. I gave the exact entry. It did it. It's headed up to 20. I don't know what else to say. Pretty simple stuff here. Seller, I put in a cup and handle. We hit the target. You know, it's child's play to me, man. You know, I drew the 618. We had hidden most divergence. I gave the exact entry on this on my channel. A guy, Tori, goes over it every day. There was your cup and handle target. You hit it. You made another flag. I drew the flag. I said the flag's going to continue. I see this going to 3.7. From there, I'd have to reconvene. Reset. What's up? ZETA chain. I personally love this coin. I'm in it. I got a big old bag. I'm going to see where it goes. Got the dolphin dip, got back inside the pattern. As long as it stays in this flag, ZETA chain's on its way to 435. And I believe I did every single super chat that I could. I may have missed a few, but right? People asked about PALMAI, OPUL, XRP, SHIB seller. PALMAI. This was my baby too. It continued to rip. And then I said it would continue to rip, and I don't know, people listened to me, and I drew this flag, and it continued to rip. My target was 153. We were getting to Palm before it was even on the exchange at like 30 cents, maybe even before that. Palm now is done in a 7x almost from 20 cents, a 5x. Babe, I got into PALMAI, and this thing blasted. Yeah, I'm really happy. And I talked about it when no one else talked about it. It was my baby. Like 280,000. We probably made 2 million. No, so she comes in to tell me to go get the groceries. I'm the grocery boy. She's like, clean the toilet and get the groceries.
No, I never asked you to clean the toilet. Don't lie.
It's true, you never did that. Did you blow out my candle? Don't do that. I don't like when you do it. Put the top down if you're gonna do it. But I don't like when you do it. I see OPUL continuing to the upside. Beautiful breakout off the 618. All these things are hitting their targets. 26 is your next target for OPUL. All right. They want me to do every coin from A to Z. It's insanity. XRP broke out. Look at the beautiful double bottom. This is simple stuff, everybody. Like, don't reinvent the wheel. The double bottom's going to make it. 85 is your target. Cup and handle to the upside. All right. Let's take a look at SHIB. And then I'm going to SHIB my way on out of here. Okay, so look. SHIB had a massive pump to the upside. Okay. I had this little flag. I thought it could continue. It did not. It left the flag. Once you lose the moving averages and once you lose this, it's over. Your stop loss got hit. It's a wrap, right? Shouldn't be hanging out. However, SHIB is looking a lot like DOGE going. A lot weaker though. A little more in a descending triangle. It tells me, man, maybe we are in for a dumper. Kind of interesting, right? SHIB could go either way. But you know what I see is an Adam and Eve. These coins all look like people, you know, the retail is going to come in and these are the first things they're going to buy. Like somebody said to me, they're not going to come in and understand. By the time they understand, right, like the Cosmos ecosystem and what TIA does and like, you know what I mean? Like half the market's going to be over. Retail is just enough time to say, what is it, huh? And that's why memes are so important. I don't think people realize how big a meme can get. Okay? I did Ray already. I did Ray. Anyway, Bitcoin, 67,800. We're down 25 bucks in the trade. I'm freaking out. Actually, I think it's $2 now. No, 33. Ooh. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I did Ray already. Look, Coachy, God bless you. Everyone, thank you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. To everyone in the trading group, stay alert. We have our live screen share tonight. Remember, we do an awesome screen share tonight. Get ready for that. Get settled in. I can't wait. We're going to go over all our list of coins, break it down, have some fun. I'm going to talk about the different areas that that I'm getting into, break down kind of where the space is going, where I see we're going for the next week, and where the narratives are taking us. You should get excited for that. So that happens every single week, everyone. If you're in my trading group, that alone is worth the $99. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life, baby. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. One last thing, everyone. Can I please get to 1,000 likes? Come on now. I know 70 of you can hit that like button, please. Please get us to 1,000 likes. Every day I'd like that. It would be the nicest thing. 1,000 likes. Come on. Come on, I just did every single super chat. Like, come on, I can't get 1,000 likes. I just did every single thing you guys asked me to do without even so humbly, so nicely, right? I don't act above anybody. My mom and dad died. Hey, I went through a lot of pain. I will use that. Let's get to 1,000 likes. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. I know that's going to hit 1,000 in a second. Much love, everybody. God bless. Have a great day.